Hi guys, joined by the absolute legends that are Shields, Drifter, and Crotstuff, and what a journey it has been, guys. 15 weeks, and here we are. We're here at the final CDO versus Flabbernators. How excited are you guys about tonight?
I am absolutely so excited here, Gibson. It has been a journey from week 1 all the way from week 14. I always said every time we're casting each games, I somehow get more excited the more it goes on. And I'm only a little, like, 5'2" little man here, and I can't hold all this excitement in at once. What about yourself, Drifter? How are you feeling right now?
Oh mate, the week that GSL has been on has been absolutely amazing. It's been a dream to cast alongside you three sexy people, and just watch some amazing siege. And hey man, here's to the final today. It's going to be immense.
Yeah, it should be absolutely phenomenal. And Crotstuff, of course, you are going to be playing tonight, and I know that your team have been doing a lot of practice. You guys are really the underdogs. When we go back to week 1, you played this team the very first game week in the GSL, and it didn't go very well. It finished 7-0 to them. And, you know, the next week it didn't get much better. Game week 2...
One round better, in fact.
Game week 2, you lost 7-1. But what can I say? Since that time, it has been probably the biggest turnaround we have ever seen. You guys went from 0 to hero all the way to number 2, and you done it on the last night, which is phenomenal. How excited and how ready are you guys for this team? And how much do you think that the momentum that you guys have gained over the last 7 or 8 weeks in particular are going to help you through to get through the best of 5 games tonight?
Yeah, well, let's just backtrack and go through some of the rest of the questions. I mean, yeah, it's been a complete underdog story from start to finish. We won one round in 2 weeks, and here we are setting up in a final. And it's one of those things, you know. It's never lose hope and practice with your team, and then that leads me on to the team chemistry. And you know, we've got so tight as a team. We've been hanging out. Me and Charted even played some Apex after practice last night. Sorry, Flabs, for not playing complete R6. I'm really sorry, but no, we got a few games in, and it's just been really great. And you know, seeing everyone come together, seeing how the teams have evolved over the course of the time of the GSL, knowing that, you know, some of these players might have played before, some of them might not have played, and some of them might have played together, and just seeing how the chemistry and everything's coming together. And then obviously week 13, huge final, massive graphic reveal, and look at these sexy men in the suits. I mean, what more could you want for a final? The hype's real. Everyone has just been talking about it non-stop. I'm super excited. I'm super nervous, but yeah, this is huge, and I can't wait to get involved and get started.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. And guys, thank you all for the, you know, the bit donations, all the subscriptions at the start of the stream. I really do appreciate it. But guys, before we get into the action tonight, we are joined by a very special guest. We are joined by Stuart from Gamerstore.ie. Now, Stuart was the guy who introduced me to Gamerstore.ie at the very start. And not only that, but Stuart also helped us with a €50 gift voucher, which was won by Tay for his performances. So, Stuart, first off, welcome into the stream. I hope you're doing really well. And how are things with you tonight?
Yeah, all good, and delighted to be on for the big night. And congratulations to all you guys on a phenomenal tournament. I mean, the production has been amazing, the level of professionalism. I know the amount of work that goes into it. It is no joke, but it's really shone through. So you should be really proud, and we've been delighted to be involved.
Yeah, absolutely delighted to have you, Stuart. Really are. So you're obviously getting, you know, you got involved this season, and you're going to be getting involved next season. What is it about Gamerstore.ie that the GSL appealed to? You know, what was it made you guys want to get involved with us for season 2?
Well, our business was originally and still is gaming events. We run Gamerfest, which is primarily in Galway and Limerick, and we also run Insomnia Games Festival. We ran that for the first time in the RDS in November 2019. So events really are in our DNA. Esports are in our DNA, and really last year with the COVID pandemic, all of our events got torpedoed naturally. So that's when we put gamerstore.ie together. We had lots of great contacts with peripheral providers, equipment manufacturers within the gaming sector. So we got that up and running last year. And, you know, a key area for us is getting behind the Irish esports community. We had a lot of great connections via the live events. So we've really just carried that through now to gamerstore.ie. As I was saying to you earlier, I remember clearly in the lead up to Insomnia in 2019, you know, we had a long discussion with Ubisoft about potentially running Rainbow Six live tournament at the event, and it came very close to happening. But at the time, they just felt they were unsure about the engagement with the Irish audience, you know, whether there'd be enough teams to put it together. So that was disappointing at the time. But really now with what you're doing with GSL, I think it's really highlighting the great work that's happening in Ireland around Rainbow Six, the potential that's there. And I think now, talking with Ubisoft about it, they're seeing the value you guys are bringing. They're seeing the production value, and they're looking closely at Ireland again. So that's absolutely phenomenal. And you know, I think the sky's the limit for this tournament. Looking forward to May, and then ultimately, you know, potentially getting it into a live event down the road and having that live audience and the electric atmosphere and everything else. So, you know, we're delighted to be getting behind it. We've a broader esports series launched. Everything from Fortnite, which is running at the moment. We've over 800 players registered for that. We've Rocket League plans, FIFA plans, obviously Rainbow Six with yourselves. So we've got a packed year planned. So it's all exciting. We're looking forward to it. Lots to do, a lot like yourselves. So I can sympathize with the volume of work you've taken on, but it's shining through. So it's all good.
No, well, look, obviously there's a lot of big things that are coming in season 2 that wouldn't have been possible without you being involved, Stuart. Obviously, the news with Ubisoft, you know, supporting us. We can't go into too much detail right now of how they're supporting us, but let's just say it's more than just you know, saying hello. So Ubisoft will be involved in season 2, and not only that, I'm so excited to become part of the Legion Esports series. So, little bit of a shameless plug here, Stuart. If someone was looking to buy themselves maybe a new keyboard or mouse, would you know of anywhere that they could go to buy one?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, Gibson. Let me see. It's got to be gamerstore.ie, hasn't it? You know, all the best brands, all the best equipment, and it's been going brilliantly well. And you know, with the buy-in we've had from the Irish gaming community and the support we've been able to give Irish creators, I think it's been working really well. We're still a young business set up last year, but it's growing really, really well. And I think it's resonating with gamers what we're doing, which is fantastic. We're going to be continuing to do it. We've got the Legion creator program as well, which Gibson is a part of. So, you know, that's getting behind creators generally, trying to support their development because, you know, from the live events and from the experience we've had, you know, I think Irish people have sometimes felt they haven't got the attention that they deserve, that their content deserves. You know, obviously you've got the UK next door, which is a huge market, huge audiences. And, you know, even as Irish events, as Irish brands, Irish creators, sometimes we're in the shade, and that's understandable because we're a smaller country, smaller audiences. So it's great to get behind those creators now to really drive on their careers, hopefully to greater things. Likewise with the esports scene, with your own tournament, with other tournaments. So it's been going really well. We're proud of what we're doing, and we're hoping to keep it up. So, you know, it's great to be involved with GSL, talk a bit about Gamerstore, get our brand out there. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, thank you so much, Stuart. Well, look, I know that you've got some plans tonight. It's an absolute pleasure that you could join us. And guys, don't forget, use code Gibson Gaming at checkout at gamerstore.ie for an additional 10% off if you decide you do want to get the parts. And that 10%, guys, can be all the difference whenever you are looking to buy some parts, because it does for most occasions actually bring it below the price you might get it on other providers. So yeah, gamerstore.ie, guys, if you haven't already. They've done a lot for us, and they're going to be really, really involved in season 2. So, Stuart, thanks for joining us tonight. I hope we get to see you again in future season 2 streams, but it's been a pleasure as always.
Likewise, and good luck tonight. I know it's going to be a phenomenal show, and congrats on everything you've done, and can't wait to get planning for May. Big plans and a lot of excitement, so can't wait to get stuck into it.
Yeah, cannot wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thanks.
Good chatting, guys. All the best.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Take it
Stuart.
easy.
Cheers.
Take care, mate.
We love Stuart.
Yes.
Look at the love for him in chat. We love that.
Yeah,
we love
he
to
is,
see that.
he is such an amazing guy. So, lads, we have some very important games tonight. You know, let's get back into that. It's the GSL final. And we have Team CDO against the Flabbernators, and they are going in a best of 5 shootout tonight for over €700 worth of prize money. Guys, yeah, that's over €700, and this is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So, having a look at how the teams got here, if we could just bring up the head-to-head screen. Shields, talk us through the performance of these two teams so far in the tournament.
Can we start in week 1? From how Team CDO had performed and some of their how they stratted as a team, really did look like they were going to be one of the teams that would be kind of the greatest on their performance on, as I said, it was a bit of teamwork. Really, really well from week 1 to 14. And obviously, you kind of dabbled on it a little bit with the Flabbernators, where they were kind of like started from the bottom. Now they're here. And they just kept getting better and better. They put in the work, and it really shows, teamwork makes a dream work. If you keep putting in that work, you will have it. And even from the stats kind of point, obviously, everyone has finished now, played 12 games. We have CDO with 448 kills, with Flabbernators at 414. Assists exactly the same. And the KDs are seen to be slightly better from Team CDO. But if I'm honest with you, Gibbs, from obviously Flabbernators not doing so well at the beginning, I'm definitely curious if they kind of had their full potential squad at the start from to where they had, would their kill count be a little bit higher than Team CDO? Like, would they maybe have a better KD? So in this engagement, it is going to be crazy, as you know. You always kind of talk in the last few weeks. Every time you ask me, what is some of my favorite moments of the GSL? And it's always a Team CDO or a Flabbernators moment. Like, how many times do I go about, Flabber getting that quad in Oregon, coming behind, going through that nomad charge and being able to take out the opposition literally instantly I love it. And even if we go to like season 20 of the GSL, I think that moment will never leave my head.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. And guys, what we will be doing for the best of 5 tonight will be the captains will take turns choosing the maps. And the maps that the two teams have already played are Oregon and I believe it is Villa. So they will be completely out of the map pool for tonight's game. So, Drift, I haven't seen both of these teams playing and seeing how they've kind of been getting on. Which of the maps do you think will favor each of the teams? So out of the remaining 6 maps, is there any map in particular that you think will suit any team other than the other one?
So I would say for CDO, it would be something weird like theme park or coastline, because like we all predicted that CDO might not do too well on coastline because of the lack of strats. Well, not lack of, but the weird strats that go on around that map. But somebody took CDO as a coastline and Tay dropped 26 kills. So I mean that went out the window. CDO looks strong on any map that they play, really. Villa sticks out to me because of Tay's sort of closet hold with Oba holding in Astro. I mean, that's one of the the key holds that sticks out in my brain from the GSL that I've never seen anywhere before. But hey, Flabbernators, right? They don't have fond memories of Villa from the beginning, probably. I'm right in saying.
There's red stairs, man.
But hey, I personally thought they weren't going to make it anywhere close to the final in the first few weeks, but the glow up has been real, and goddamn, here they are, man. And they like every time I'm in a Discord, they're just there practicing, scrimming, doing strats. Just like they ain't here to mess about, man. They're here to win. And yeah, I can't wait. I can't choose a map. Whatever map is going to be, it's just going to be absolutely sick. And I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm so excited for tonight. And finally, because we will be losing you in a couple of minutes for the rest of the night, because you will be playing, and I know We don't want to keep bothering you, but taking you back in between games. What are you looking forward to tonight in particular? I know to you, it's not really about the money. You're one of the people who just want to win for the sake of winning. But how much does it mean to you and your team that you as a team and all of your players improved so much week over week to get you to the final?
Yeah, like you said, money means nothing to me. It's just my competitive nature. I wouldn't care if it was £2.50 on the table. I'd still want to win just for the sake of winning. But we were joking about the improvement and how the team's bonded, and if we win tonight, and GSL goes to season 20, there's going to be a GSL season 1 the movie, The Underdog Story, narrated by Flabber, aka Morgan Freeman of our group, with that sensual voice. And we've been talking about this all day today. It's one of those, like, we would love to see it happen. We've been practicing so hard. I mean, we spent 4 hours, 5 hours on one map the other night in a custom lobby. We got a new Discord with screenshots of every bloody war, with every bloody gadget placement. I mean, I've been dreaming certain maps. It's like a slideshow in my head. Do you know what I'm saying? But
Nightmares.
No. It'll be a nightmare if we don't win on that map yet now. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's especially, like I said earlier, the chemistry and how we bonded, and just like the improvement of the team has just been something special for me. And do you know what I mean? Like, I will talk to every single one of these guys after GSL, coming in as not a predominantly Rainbow Six player, or someone who's even played Rainbow Six in the last year, coming in, and now I want to grind this game and I want to be better than I have ever been. And, looking at the stat difference, the same assists. And I think the deaths, you can literally put down the difference that for me in the first 11 weeks. The extra 30 deaths, that's all on me, baby. So take me out the equation, and it's even stats. So that to me is going to be pretty interesting, especially if, everyone turns up tonight, which we've been playing all day. We've been playing since 2. I've been playing since 1. Hopefully I haven't burnt myself out, but we have been vibing. The guys are absolutely killing it. So yeah, we're super ready, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I cannot wait for this, guys. I really, really can't. So without further ado, let's bring in our 2 captains, Flabber and Tay, because boys, we are getting ready for this final. So Flabber and Tay, guys, first off, welcome, and how excited are you guys for tonight?
I'm very excited, very nervous.
I'm excited as well.
Yeah, I know you used to be playing cool the whole way through the tournament, we can make it to the final, but now that you're actually here, is there nerves there that you didn't think would be there? Like, are you a little bit nervous, or are you guys like ice cold, ice running through the veins? For all you care, you're playing a game, a couple of games of casual tonight.
I think I was more nervous about the semifinals and actually qualifying.
There was a lot more pressure for us on that one, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we had to win that, or we wouldn't have been in the final, and it was a 3-way split to whether we would have been in the final on that.
I think there's always an element of nervousness whenever you're playing for something on the line. Like, it's a lot of money, there's a lot of stress. Can you get everything right? But I think it helps you play better. I think you'd be weird if you weren't a little bit nervous.
Yeah, nerves are a good thing. Nerves are definitely a good thing. So, guys, the way it's going to work tonight is because Tay's team topped the table, they're going to get the advantage of top table of getting the first decision on whether they're attacking or defending. So the way it works, Tay, is if you choose to attack tonight first, it means that's the way it's going to go for the rest of the night. You'll be attacking first game, defending second, attacking third, defending fourth, attacking fifth. If you decide to defend, it'll go vice versa. And as always, guys, the team that attack will choose the map that we play on. So, Tay, which will you just do first? Will CDO be attacking or defending first?
We'll be defending first.
You'll be defending first. Okay, then, Flabber, that means the ball is in your court, and you get to decide which map that you guys play on tonight. Now, just a reminder, the 2 maps that you played already, which have now been informed, are Cafe and Villa, are out of the rotation. So the remaining maps are the other 6 maps from the GSL pool. There's no map ban phase. You just choose the map you want to play. So, Flabber, which map will we be playing first?
We're going to be playing Skyscraper first.
Ooh, I love it.
Say what?
I love it. Well, guys, what can I say? Best of luck in the final. Best of luck in the first game. We'll be talking to you guys again straight after this one. I'm going to let you go back into your teams and get some last minute prep ready. But best of luck.
Good luck, have fun.
I can't
Thank you.
wait.
Good luck,
You
Tate.
too.
Cannot wait. So, Krot, before we lose you,
Aye.
did you know that Skyscraper was going to be played tonight? I'm assuming that you did.
No, of course it no.
Oh,
Yeah, of course
man.
it did. Of course it
Yeah.
did.
No, well,
It's
look.
it's one of these things it's really funny. Before one of the nights that we were playing first, I think it was, we went into a game and we played against unranked, and we played against a sweaty 5-stack that had clearly just come out of getting slapped in ranked, and he come back to unranked to make themselves feel good, and they played some strats, and we were like, we can yoink those, and we did. So into the pocket they went, and so we love Skyscraper. I think we played it twice already today.
Well, there you go. You love to see that. Well, Krot, it's been an absolute pleasure having you join us tonight, but this will be the last time we speak to you until the end. Until the end. So best of luck,
best
my
of luck,
man.
buddy.
Thank you very much.
Go get into your team and get some last minute prep going. So
Alrighty.
Good luck, Krot. We
Thank
believe
you,
in
boys.
bro.
I love you all.
Leave and then come back.
so Drifter,
Yeah.
obviously you're a resident cameraman, and a lot of the Shields Shields, we've lost your camera
We have.
for some reason.
It's
it's
probably
fine.
not. It's probably not into that one. You know the way.
It's fine. So, Drifter, while I fix Shields' camera, do you want to go ahead and talk us through what you expect to see in the first game in Skyscraper?
Well, I think I can speak for everyone in saying no one expected that. I don't know what to call or how to call it. It might be advantage Flabbernators because Flabber picked Skyscraper, so I'm guessing that they have a trick or two up their sleeve. On how this is going to go. So, hey, it's going to be interesting to say the least. But hey, we got Charted, we got Crop, we got Flabber, we got Kells, we got Doddy. That's a team that is not to be messed about with. And then we've got CDO, we've got Chuma, we've got Jacob, we've got Sweat, we've got Obawaka and Tay. All legends and gunners in their own right. So, man, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
I to say that.
I cannot wait for this. I really, really can't. So, Drifter, I know that you're setting up the lobby, and it can be very distracting when we ask you loads of questions. So, we've gone into the cam with just me and Shields. And Shields, here we are. We're at the final. We've got the two best teams in the tournament have made it right here. It is 0-0. How much do you think a win in the very, very first round could set the tone and the momentum for the rest of the series in a best of 5?
It is huge. The starting, I feel, is definitely the icebreaker. I know for most sports, obviously, you'll be able to back me up, Gibson. We're big into our football, and I know when we get into finals or get into any competition aspects, the nerves get to you. Even if you were the most calmest person in the world, you were going to feel some sort of nerves. And what's great about feeling them kind of nerves is when something great happens while you're in that nervous, you're like, oh my, you can't believe what happens. Like I always say, when something great happens when you're kind of very nervous, it takes you like a few days to kind of adapt to it and go, oh, that actually just happened, weirdly enough. So for definitely some, experience in the scoring aspects, if you get an early goal, which in Siege, obviously, if you get that early round win, it'll be huge for your team because you're like pumping you up and you'll feel a lot better than the opposition because you're like, oh, if we can win that first round, we're able to win it. We're able to win the kind of the more that we can kind of go on. And so if they can get it, but as you said with Drifter, it is Skyscraper, and we are bigging up the Flabbernators for this because they've always wanted to play it in the past maps, but everyone seems to ban it. But don't get me wrong, Team CDO love these sort of maps as well. You know, they like to bring people to the maps that people aren't so comfortable with, and Skyscraper is one of them that people are not so comfortable with. So this is going to be, I'd say, the biggest match of tonight.
Yeah.
This will really set the tone, whoever wins this one.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see it. So, Shields, we've got the players ready, but we're not going to start just yet. Before we hit that start button, Shields, give us the overview of the players on each team and what you expect to see from them. So, give us the rundown of CDO and Flabbernaters.
We have Team CDO with the captain himself is Tay. We got Chuma, we got Obawaka, we got Swept, and Jacob. All 5 amazing players. What is really interesting about this kind of 5-stack is Tay, Chuma, and Obawaka. They're friends, so they knew each other before kind of starting, so they had that chemistry. But seeing the adaptation of bringing Swept and Jacob into, which is 2 younger players compared to the other lads, it is definitely great to see that kind of mix. And we've seen all 5 of them, Gibson, really give it a all. Like, there's been clutch situations from all ends. And like, look, for example, like Chuma on Villa, Jacobs overall KD. We've seen some great parts of him in Clubhouse. Tay on Coastline, Obawaka on Constant, and Swept literally consisted the whole entire time. But then let's go back to the Flabbernators side. We have obviously captain himself, Flabber. We got Crot Stuff, which is also the amazing caster we've seen earlier. We have Charted, who we have changed to kind of the name Shaiko Angle into himself. We have Kelly, who is the, I guess, super captain. I am very, very excited for these people to kind of fight out to the death.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see it. So, guys, enjoy this little video, and then we will be straight into the game. So, guys, game 1, it is Skyscraper. We are here. We are ready to go. Drifter.
We're not.
We're not.
Sweat.
Oh, we're not.
Sweat PC's crashed.
Oh, no.
And also, I don't know
no.
why I forgot the amazing Dottie Gibson. I just, for some reason, can't count until I hit 5. And don't forget the amazing Dottie. He has been doing crazy stuff. He's able to play any operator that the team needs. And having that kind of player, Gibson, it's great for that kind of versatility. You know yourself. And we've brought that kind of question up. Is that the kind of, I guess, player that you want in your team, Gibson? You want someone who's able to change position, can get the fries, can play support, can play, the flex? Or are you more inclined to have someone that's just like a one-trick pony, but is one of the best in that kind of side?
I like well-rounded players. One-trick ponies can be very, very good, but if a team is properly set up to defend against it, it can make a massive difference to how, the game plays out in that perspective. So what I really like about both of these teams is there are a lot of players who can play a lot of different roles. Obviously, we know Tay can pop off. He finished 2nd highest killer in the whole tournament, just behind Tilt, who was phenomenal the whole way through. Then you've got Obawaka, who nobody can remember his introduction to the tournament. Those tasty little SMG 11 kills. And then Jacob, like we said, Jacob's probably one of the most underrated players in the whole tournament. His KD was nearly 2. And he hasn't died a lot, but he's got a lot of very, very important kills. Nearly got an ace on the very, very last game, but was just unlucky. Our boy Max just about came up and got it ahead of him. And then, look, we can't forget Chums or Swept as well. Chums really, this last couple of weeks, has really popped off. But speaking about, those jack of all trades, Shields, Flabber really can do any role by himself. Like, he plays a lot with Wes, who, their team in the Deadly Cupcakes did go out early in the tournament. But Flabber and Wes, they're kind of chameleons, aren't they? They can take on any role the team needs. So one role they could take on the first, first entry or second entry, but the next round they could be playing hard sport. So what is it about Flabber that allows him to adjust on the fly so often and play all of those different roles?
Well, he's played since the game came out. Definitely him and Wes, and they've played as competitive as they can. And they're very, I guess, they're always up for learning new things. From my experience of playing with them or against them, Wes and Flabber always ask, like, if you're an operator they're kind of interested in, they're always kind of be like, oh, you're going Maestro. So where would you put your Maestro cameras? And then they kind of see from it, even obviously they watch each game, they get experience. They're just obviously from the amount of, so I kind of three aspects here, Gibson. They've played from the very start. Second, they play the game all the time, but they're always learning. They try and take a little bit from each player to overall get as best as they can from themselves. So seeing Flabber and Wes, you're not seeing Flabber and Wes, you're seeing parts of the best players from everyone around the earth on the rank games that they played in the customs, and they're taking it in. It's the reason why they always bring stuff to the table, Gibson, that we're always like, oh, I never knew you could do that. Like, look at Flabber when he's alibi. When people find him, the first time I've ever seen him, when people find him in his position, he throws one of his, clones out, so you think he's there. And then we go to, like, obviously the same situation with Wes. We've seen him do some sound cues with Zero Gadget. We've seen him destroy, gadgets with Breach and Charge. And that kind of just goes back to kind of how Flabber is such a good player. And the fact that he can even do that IGL role as a captain, Gibson, is incredible.
Mm-hmm. It really, really is. And just having a look here at the predictions so far, Shields, we have 80,000 channel points almost bet on this game, and 58,000 of those have gone the way of the Flabbernators. So on game one, the fans are definitely going all on Flabbernators on attack. But Shields, we say one thing all the time, and that is that the Flabbernators, they love to play on Cafe, but they cannot do that tonight. So, do you think that'll be a positive or a negative for Flabbernators?
Flabber stairs.
Yeah.
Flabber stairs.
Sorry, Gibson, I missed the ending of your
I was just saying, do you think the fact that Cafe is not in the rotation might actually do them more harm or more good than harm? Because yes, they know that map like the back of their hand, but I think that it could do them a favor not being there, because everyone can kind of say how they would attack there. So seeing them play on Skyscraper, and Pro League settings, we don't see a lot of Skyscraper in action, so I'm interested to see what they've got ready, because whichever team I think's prepped the best for this map will win. I don't think, yes, there's a mechanical skill thing here that'll come into it, but for me, on a map like this, I think there could be whichever team prepared most for Skyscraper will get the win.
I'm literally backing up your point, Gibson. I feel, it's great that they're not playing Cafe again, because you got to realize your oppositions, what's the best thing about Team CDO is the prep they do and how they're able to counter the opposition. I've seen Tay, stay up till about 4 a.m. looking at the VODs of each team and be able to counter on the strats that they give, even on the maps, what they like to do, what each player position, if they're playing the wrong position, how are they going to push in that. So if you're playing a map like Skyscraper, which we are going to be seeing today, it's a map where they're not able to kind of understand fully what the Flabbernators are able to bring out. Because they've played it once, if I'm not mistaken, Gibson, in the GSL, and that was like at week 5.
Mm-hmm. Really early on, and we're straight into that banning phase, and the first operator we see banned, Shields, is Thatcher. So we see Thatcher taken out of the rotation. We don't see a shield target banned. So what do you think of that one?
Thatcher is a perfect ban. I think either side will be happy with that. Even with the recent nerfs that Thatcher had, he's just able to counter pretty much anything. And even if you have ADSs and Wamai charges set up, Gibson, it's you're not able to take it if he just kind of hits it off the wall. But kind of just dabble onto yourself. How do you think about this Maverick ban then?
So Maverick and Thatcher, normally you would see one of them banned and the other one used. So it's kind of big. It's kind of you're going to find it very hard to breach. To me, that's what the setup these bans are saying so far. So we're not going to be able to see Maverick at the walls. Thatcher's not going to be, which means that really, unless people can go from below with the new gun, the Gun 6, or if someone's using Twitch or Kali, hard breaching is not going to happen. And then Mira and Wamai, two very, very good bans in their own right as well, Shields. So I think they're not the standard bans you expect to see, but I can understand the logic behind them.
This is going to be absolutely amazing. We're starting it off, getting the 10 players in, getting the operators that they will not expect for the opposition. Gibson, this is the GSL final, and let's get away with this first map.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm not going to lie. And straight off the bat, we see Tay on Valk, or switch to Maestro. we've got, which I think now Shields has become a very, very powerful op with the recent update. So Maestro is now huge. Obawaka using Frost, Cade being used by Jacob, Smoke being used by Chuma, and then Mute by Swept. But we are seeing a 6th pick, and Shields, what does that 6th pick tell you?
They're going for the Valk this time. So yeah, definitely updating what you were kind of dabbling on it earlier, Gibson. Obviously that being able to control cameras after you're dead hasn't been fully introduced yet. They're obviously only spicing us a little bit. So I feel if it was Gibson, if they were going to you know, bring out the Maestro, it would have been when that update came in, because you know, with that update coming in, Maestro, Echo, Mozzie, they're going to be so such a good operators to bring in your side, because you can bring so much to the team even if you're dead. So having a Valkyrie kind of brings that aspect, because if you can get her 3 cameras very hidden, and from the opposition, the only good way to counter it is having an IQ. And I feel if Taylor's able to give the intel his team, intel wins games. And this is what we're going to be seeing from Tay's side. So, round 1 will be starting off. What do you think from this? From the kind of spawn location, Gibson, where do you think they're going to be pushing?
Yeah, so they've all spawned over in that northeast section of the map. Looks like they're probably going to do the old-fashioned push now of pushing through that armory section of the map. But to me, it's interesting how the defense has really set up Drifter. They've got a lot of soft walls created where they can peek from. They've got the Frosts in really random places, and that's when I think Frost is most powerful, whenever she does put those mats in places that you just don't expect them to be. And then Chuma and Tay obviously playing on site. So I think this will be a slow and methodical push right here. They're going to try breach Geisha wall and maybe take Geisha and push from there. What do you do you think that's the most likely play? And with Nomad there, it does stop the jump out, so I like the attack and setup here, Shields.
The only thing is with this setup, and I kind of put in before it got reworked in Skyscraper, Geisha was the best push, but I don't feel it's going to be as strong as it was before. So if, you know, if Team CDO are able to counter, we might see a first engagement, but Charden isn't looking above him. He's just kind of more concentrating and getting them charges. So yeah, what are you kind of saying about Frost? I'm very interested to see if anyone will be able to get caught by them maps at max, because in higher level of play, that's when they will work the best.
Yeah, definitely. So they're prepared for that breach. Flabber's still playing below. He could get an engagement with Jacob. Jacob making a little bit of noise, so Flabber's going to have an idea that that's the rough area the map is. And Kells taking a bit of damage there on the window. You don't want to lose Kells, one of those 2 hard breachers. She needs to stay safe. While Crop is upside down in that window trying to watch the flank. But look at the defenders. They're adjusting shields. They're all kind of slowly moving over to that section of the map. But Tay and Jacob need to be careful of Charlotte and Flabber coming up those red stairs.
Red stairs is quite hilarious, but we're only seeing Kelly with the first kill of this final with a headshot onto Jacob. She does a little bit more damage. That is going to be now Geisha control. If they drone it out and no one's in makeup, no one's in Geisha, which I think she's going to do. Yeah, she's already taken control. We have Flabber underneath trying to get some vertical plays. Charlotte going up the kind of main staircase, but they kind of had a bit of trouble trying to get that out finally. They finally got rid of charge, but they've already gotten control, so there's no kind of need for that here. One of the first smoke charges go out, that will delay, but kind of see this, Gibson. Chuma still has 2 more smoke charges.
Yeah, and a reminder too, guys, there are 2 C4s in play here from the defense side too. Flabber takes a little bit of damage, but he just about gets away with it. We're going to see another engagement here as he swings around the corner onto the shield, but the shield in the perfect position. But with 10 seconds left, CDO in a strong position. But Flabber takes out Obawaka, runs onto site. Diffuser is going down. So, Flabbernators in a great position. Tay tries to, or Swept tries to swing. Flabber takes him out. Diffuser goes down. And the Flabbernators win the first round of the final, Shields.
That is crazy. Nothing kind of was happening from about 2 to like 2 minutes 20 of that first round. We just kind of seen that trying to get some vertical kind of angles, trying to get rid of that Kaid charge from below, from Chard and Flabber. The Geisha kind of window was just kind of Jacob and Kelly just kind of staring at each other. But once Kelly got that pick, that's when the action just kind of pushed in there, Gibson, and we seen just flawless 1v1s. But I'm gonna go back to Obawaka behind the shield. Didn't win his engagement against Flabber there. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think the aggression by Flabber just caught him out. I think when he looked at the clock, Jacob, or was it who was it we had behind the shield? It was Obawaka. I think he saw the clock.
Yeah.
And maybe assumed that with the time that was left, he was probably in the strongest position. But no, we seen the push by Flabber. Literally took out Obawaka, then jumped through and took out Swept, and they had control of that site. We talk about the 20-second meta shields, but that round right there was the 10-second meta, and they played it to perfection.
I think that's probably why Taylor's going for the Melusi this time, because obviously with them only pushing each side and kind of that main staircase, they don't really need any of them Valkyrie cameras to give that intel, because they already knew where they were from kind of the explosions going off from kitchen, and then obviously the bullet trails coming from the double window. So they're going for a little slightly different setup, but Obawak is still going for that frost. Obviously he never got any frost mats the last round, but he's still going to hope they will change their attack this time. So I'm kind of curious, will Flabbernators still go for that geisha side? Obviously it worked, but the team CDO will expect that.
Yeah, but I don't think that they even spotted any of those frost mats last time. And you talk about what's the word I'm looking for? Hindsight being 2020. If Frost had just put a mat behind that shield, you know, it would.
I thought Flabber was gonna hit one. I don't know about you, but did you? I fully believed there was gonna be one there, but it ended up being. It's kind of, we go back to why in later play, so that more competitive style in higher rankings, that kind of frost map placement will get these opposition, because they don't expect it anymore. Because in lower ranks, you see it a lot. You kind of learn to adapt to the Capcans and Frost, but in higher level plays, because they're, well, definitely Frost isn't as chosen as much, it will catch some people off position.
Yeah, really, really well. And they're not really changing much again here. They're pushing from that same geisha side. But the difference is Charlotte and Flabber haven't got below yet in the kitchen. But we're not, apart from, you know, we're not seeing much of a Roman presence by the defending side at all. Shields, they're very anchored down. And we might see an engagement in Dragon here early with, as look, he jumps into one of those frost mats.
There we go. We kind of talked about it, and already, if they can finish him off, and even if they can't finish him off, Gibbs, that'll be Nomad on 20 HP. Never mind. Obawaka getting his first kill of the day, getting rid of Crop, and then Flabber goes down as well by another Frost man.
Yeah, look, Frost coming in big this round already. And did you see the mute devices there to hide the mats? But Obawaka taking a little bit of damage there. And Kel's now trying to get in that engagement, but she backs out. It's now a 5v3 situation. Attackers have a minute left on the clock. They still have their drone shields. So I think, yeah, look, we have still got 5 drones in play. Use those drones, find out where everybody is, and get a couple more frags. And just speaking about that frost map behind the shields, have a look. He's done it this time.
Yeah, he's listening to us, it seems. And look, there is another one of the Flabbernators being taken out. They have that 1-player deficit, but Chardon, Kelly, and Dottie will not be giving up here. Oba playing that kind of elbow in T-room. He is not going to move from position. Great. If he gets anyone close to him with that shotty, he's going to put the roam from Obawak. Comes from behind, takes out poor Chardon, and that leaves them to a 2-4 split. If I was Kelly and Dottie, I would try and go for these 1v1s as quick as I can. You need to do what she does. Takes out Chuma. It's now a 3v2, but they still have to do something. It's about making the right decisions. It's about making one, and she's going to get popped by the shotty by Swept, and Dottie yet again, and it's a Swept double kill.
Yeah, that shotgun from that range is huge. Look, it's a headshot there. Whips out another shot. Swept wins the round for his team, but the early engagements were key that time around. Having 2 attackers' shields go down the frost mats in literally the first minute is a massive, massive, talking point in that round. You have a drone phase. You can work it out. Shoot below you when you jump through a window, guys. It's not that hard. But it's 1-1. Flabbernators have won a round already. They are still in a very, very strong position, but shields, after 2 rounds, you really can't tell what way this is going to go.
This is what I love about Siege, is that, you know, there's so many operators, and being able to take the random one with this kind of 6 pick, you're able to catch the oppositions out. And I'm going to kind of expect that from a Team CDO on each round. So obviously we've seen it there with Frost being a huge impact, getting rid of Krot and Flabber. Obviously, Flabber being one of the most important picks, that captain IGL role. We kind of see it all the time, Gibbs. And when your captain goes down, it can put your confidence a little bit. So if you can get rid of him early on, it's definitely huge for that kind of opposition. So Team CDO doing the kind of same again as Team Gibson and going for Tay's going for Alibi now instead of that Melusi.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one because we all know that Flabber and his best mate Wes know all about Alibi and her strengths and weaknesses, and people are still trying to figure the way around this new update as well. I know there's been some little changes to the the recoil patterns on some guns. Some people say it's a bigger deal than others do, but people are feeling their way around the new update. So those kind of operators that have had the biggest changes, like your Jaegers and your Habanas, allegedly are in play now. So Kel's going really, really well at 2-2, but Swept just played that last time. But looking at the defensive side, Shields, they responded really, really well to that first round defeat. They responded perfectly, I'd nearly say, especially with how they held their nerve. They did their jobs. If you do your job on defense, you will win the round. It's as simple as that.
No mistakes were made by Team CDO. Really, really well played. And Alwawaka coming from behind, being able to kind of put that opposition in on knees. Really good. As you kind of dabbled on, they adapted so quickly. But anyway, starting this next round, we have Flabber underneath, already making it easy for the Ace to be able to get the charges open. So that wall is open. Obviously, it's a bit kind of a mistake there, so he won't be able to walk through. And Swap takes out Kelly already. He's going 3-1.
Yeah, he's holding a very aggressive position there on that bar, peeking through the breach. Look at this angle. It's beautiful. He took out Kells, but not before they could get the wall open, but that was done by Dottie. So it's a 5v4 situation, and we're seeing Swept taking a lot of damage, going down to 1 HP. Some beautiful shots there by Chardon, who is one of the players of the tournament so far as well. So can he get another shot or two off on Swept? Swept in a very dangerous position. He can't really afford to move now, Shields.
No, he can't move. You're on 1 HP in a dream, and with him having, Chard having the ACOG, it's going to make it very difficult. But they're going to be smoking off display and maybe do a bit of a rotate. They're still kind of heavy on it. Drone will come into Swept. Is he going to move position? Because look at the angle, but the smoke actually will save him, weirdly enough. And then Taylor takes out Flabber, and the diffuser, Gibbs, going down.
Yeah, Dottie is a man with a plan. That's 2 out of 3 rounds. He's got that diffuser down. So yes, the smoke allowed Swept to fall back. But now those defenders with those higher powered guns are in a better position as Tay takes out Charda, but Dottie takes out Chuma. It's a 4v2. And we've seen Krot trying to use that body for protection, but the diffuser is going to get taken out. And CDO are going to win this round. Tay, the captain, leading by example, defusing that bomb. CDO leading 2-1.
Swept there on 1 HP and still manages to get an additional 2 kills to get his triple kill of his round. In the last 2, he has been playing absolutely amazing there. And what a plant, but what a great kind of, I guess, setback there from Team CDO to be able to take it onto their kind of, positives and be able to secure that round. Really, really well played. And it's going to add something there, Gibson. Have you seen all the new overlays that Ubisoft has given us in this custom games? I'm loving it. We even had like the triple kill coming up. And even if you look at the top left and top right, when the round goes in, you can see how many deployable shields are at hand, how many nitros, how many barbed wire. I love these additions to the game.
Yeah, nice to see them making things better for us casters. Casters matter too, guys. Casters matters too. And it's just having that intel on hand. But the defenders, there's definitely a theme. With every round they've taken Smoke and Jaeger. So I think those 2 defenders are key to their settings. But then with Valk and Aruni and Rook coming in, I think Rook's a good fallback operator. When you're not quite sure how the game is playing out, you don't really know what utility to bring. Rook's always a useful operator. That extra bit of padding can be, a massive impact in gunfights if you're tanking some body shots. But the addition of that 2x scope as well on the gun is a nice thing to have. But looking at attack shields, this time around, Krot is going on the Nomad again, which I think he played better in than Capital when that opportunity was there. But Flabber really is trying to take on that first entry tonight, which is not what I was expecting. Charlotte and Flabber working together as a first and second entry, with the other 3 guys working on flex and support. Did you expect Flabber to be more aggressive in this one, or did you think that he would be taking on more of a flex role?
I expected him to go on more of a flex role, but maybe we're saying who's the more confident in the gunfights, and maybe Flabber just seems to be that guy. You know yourself when it comes to gun skill, Gibson. Some days you're with it, some days you're not. So when it comes to this kind of side, maybe Flabber's more in it than the other players, like your Charted or Krotz. So Flabber is going to take it, but it's good always to have, you know, the Ash and Sophia. So it doesn't matter what, you know, gadgets are in your way, you're always able to get rid of them.
Yeah, and look at all those attackers bunching up around Bar. They're definitely being very kind of, what's the word I want to use? Very focused on their attacks and one-dimensional. I'd like to see them maybe try get a little bit more pressure from different angles, but we see Flabber pushing into Dragon already, getting in those engagements. Look at the drone sheets. We've got 2 drones droning out the map already, trying to get as much intel as possible. They're definitely going to try hold the vertical as Tay now gets droned out on those stairs. So now that you know Tay is there, how aggressive do you play trying to force him back? Because Tay is an incredible gamer and you don't want to give him any free kills.
Oh no, this looks like someone's hiding in Geisha that might be getting in engagements. And yeah, if you do notice his Tay, it is kind of that, which should you kind of force that engagement in that 1v4. But you have them drones, Gibson. You're able to have that bit of intel to kind of begin with, and you'll have that slight advantage as long as it's pinged out correctly with that yellow ping. But we're going to see an engagement, Kelly flicking onto Jacob's head. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Kelly tonight so far. She's playing really, really well. And oh, Toombs with that C4 from below, taking out kills and losing Sledge when you're trying to play verticality that early can be a tough one. 55 seconds left on the clock. Obawaka going down to 1 HP in a very, very tough situation now, but Flabbernators, they need to start making their move. I think they need one or two more picks, take sight, and you know yourself, Dottie's going to try and get that diffuser down as soon as he sees an inch of a chance.
I love that he does that, and obviously we've seen it in the previous round. Getting that operator does not, no matter what circumstance, if he sees that opportunity to get, as you're saying, to get that plant down, it is huge, because that's what you're trying to do as an attacker. It's not about taking all these players out. It's about getting that diffuser out, and we're going to see an engagement here, and oh no! Chuma finally finished off, and Krot taking up Obawaka. It is now Tay and Swept. Never mind, it is now Swept with that MP5, with the 2 times. Will it be enough to take on all of these Flabbernators? Well, it will take out Flabber. Dottie, as we said before, going for that diffuse. Oh, he gets Crop. It is going to be a 2v1 Swept in 7-5, but he gets the trade, and Charted wins it for his team.
Yeah, absolutely huge plays there on attack by the Flabbernators, taking that round back from a position, you know, to make it, you know, it's now, is it 2-2, Shields? Do we have a 2-2 game? Which is exactly what the Flabbernators would have wanted right now. If you could be sitting at 2-2 after 4 rounds on attack, and you know that this next round could be a freebie, you know, if they get a sneaky little win on this one and get 3 rounds, they're going to be in a hell of a position going on to defense. And with Tay deciding to defend first, it really has given Flabbernators the opportunity to set the tone and set the pace of tonight.
Didn't expect Taylor to want to go defense first. I'm not going to lie, but maybe that's the mind games, you know. Maybe he wanted to, you know, he maybe expected Flabber to think that he was going to go attacking first. So we'll see how it is. But as you said, you have the 2 rounds. We keep talking about it, no matter what map it is, other than maybe Coastline. If you can get that 4-2 split as an attacker, you really set yourself in a great position, and it will be more likely you'll be able to win the round in the overall rounds.
Yeah, so now we're seeing the defenders change up a little bit. Obawaka's going to go Vigil, and we're seeing Tay rocking that Ella. So Tay getting a little bit more and more aggressive as the rounds go on, and I think that's as a direct response to the fact that it is 2-2 already. So I think Tay is going to up the aggression a little bit. I think they have realized they're going to have to get that first frag if they want to win these rounds, because every round tonight so far, I think, has been won by the team who's picked up that first frag.
Yeah, each round has came to that 40 seconds, and it kept being either 5-5 or 4-4. And as you said, Gibson, whoever got them 2 picks were the ones that won the round. And we've seen that last round from the Flabbernaters, but the round previous was by Team CDO. But you're kind of talking about kind of how aggressive Taylor is, but look at the man, the legend, Swept, going 8-2 so far. Some people don't get 8 kills overall in the whole game, and he's gotten that in the 5th round.
Yeah, as Chad has been saying all night, Swept turning into that fragger on that team. But Jacob going 0-2, Chuma going 1-4. Those aren't players that we're used to seeing with numbers like that, and they need to turn it around. But we're going to see another early engagement with Jacob holding that Geisha makeup room again, and that's not a position you want to be in as one person holding that, especially if you've got 3 or 4 attackers going at you already.
Well, that's it. You pointed out. What way are the Flabbernators pushing? They're pushing 5 stack on one area. So if I was Team CDO, you either get some crossfire angles into one position and expect that. But I'd say nerves are getting to them, Gibson. I say these little mistakes are only be coming out because of nerves. And will that KE charge get it in time? It does!
Yeah,
Jacob perfectly tricking them H charges.
Yeah, really, really good tricking right there. And we're going to see Obawaka taking out kills. So that's the IQ gone. And then Sharded taking a little bit of damage. Jacob getting in that gunfight with Krot taking some damage as well. But Sharded is going to get into another earlier... They're going to try to clear it out as Jacob moves down the stairs. Are we going to see an engagement between Flabber and Jacob in just a moment?
Look at Obawaka though. Obawaka's so close to this Ash right now. And I don't think Ash has realized, and she does have to be careful. Oh no, she does. But Jacob swings this. Oh my god, they're so close.
That is a terribly timed reload. It's going to give away all the intel, and Jacob takes out Flabber. Krot takes out Sweat, but Sharded takes out Chuma, making it a 3v3 situation. 45 seconds left. Diffuser still in that pocket of Dottie. So the 3 of them are still in pretty aggressive positions, but the defenders, look at that ping. Dottie knows exactly where he is. Going to try swing, and look, Krot takes out Jacob, but then Krot in turn gets taken down. I believe that was by Tay, and then Obawaka taking out Dottie. So it's Krot downed and Sharded, and then Obawaka finishes Krot. He's got a triple kill. So we were just talking about Obawaka, and he is popping off some big kills this round.
Charted in this 1v2 situation. 9 seconds going on the clock. Will Taylor be able to pick him up? He sneaks the head, and he will finish Charted up, and that is Team CDO taking the 5th round to themselves and making that 3-2 split. Really great round there, Gibson. We've seen amazing picks from opposite sides, but as you said, whoever are able to get them first few picks at the kind of last 40 seconds are the ones that kind of won the round, and we've seen that there from Team CDO.
Yeah, Flabber reloading on the stairs whenever Jacob was right there was a huge one, because I think that audio cue let Jacob know exactly where he was, because at that moment in time, Jacob was actually looking the other way. So it would have been a free frag for Flabber, but he was way more worried about the Grismot mine on top of the stairs than he was about there being a player there, allowing Jacob to pick up the kill. I know he was refragged shortly after, but when you lose that Ash, especially when she's in such a strong position going up those stairs, it's a tough one to lose. And the attacker, or the defending side, altering the way they've set up now completely for the next side. And look who we have Tay switching to. He's going to whip out the cap can.
She is in the mist, and she will be certainly happy. Well, I don't know if she's going to be happy. I guess Taylor's going because I'm sure she's probably going for the Flabbernators. Of course, she does play with him a lot on their stack. But will we see the kind of same stuff go out again, Gibson? You know the way we've seen the Frost map being a big reason why they won that round early with getting 2 Frost map kills. Will it be the same? But even just speaking of Taylor going to put his traps down, he got 3 drones already. That's something that people don't even realize. Drone game is the biggest thing for attackers. So if you can use your mute and your Mozzie, or you're able to get rid of them drones early on or halfway into that round, it will be a big factor that you will win, because the attackers have no idea where you are, and they're going to be in that mystery. They're going to be like, I can't look one direction anymore. I have to look every direction.
Yeah, no, look, getting into the round now, the attackers spawning that northeast side again, so they've really working on their spawns, aren't they? They're not spawning alternate sides of the map, they're all spawning together, they're working together as a team. But I'm interested to see what they do on defense shields, because they said that they've picked up a couple of strats. I wonder, are those strats more defensive ones or attacking ones?
Yeah, I'm definitely interested, and I feel what Croc kind of said, I do feel it's the defensive ones, because like there is one that I'll probably see where they hold this objective that Team TDO are holding, but they use 3 castles to kind of close out display and basically cut off a lot of angles. But Swept is the bandit. I'd probably go for the Kaid here if I was them, Gibson, because you're not going to be able to hold your position there as bandit, which we're seeing how quickly he's able to move. But he did get the triple kill in this exact spot. Will the Flabbernators let him do the exact same thing?
Yeah, I think they're prepared for it this time. They're not playing as aggressive on that breach, but with there being a C4 in play by Swept and him holding that particular spot, it's not just as simple as getting the smoke down and planting. Now, look, they are getting those smokes out. Chuma's going to throw the first C4, but he's not going to get any picks at all. But he will take out Dottie on the window, and Dottie, for once, not holding the diffuser.
Weird, and I think that's probably a factor why the diffuser didn't go down, but Charter will finally take up Swept, and I feel this is huge for this whole Gibson. Because when they pushed it the last time, they did get the they did get the plant out, but the fragging ability from Swept was the big difference on the reason they were able to win. So if I'm Flabbernators, as you said, if they're able to get this last round, getting 3-3 in the attacking position will be huge for them. And there's still 1 minute for them to kind of do so.
Yeah, Chuma now trying to get a frag, trying to get a pick. There's 4 players left on each team, and Kells with that diffuser, somebody's going to have to make a play here for Kells to get that diffuser down. And those defenders, they just need to keep holding their angles. They're all holding very, very good angles, and the attackers are not going to get to any position to get that diffuser down without getting at least 1 pick here.
We're seeing Taylor all over this setup. He loves crossfire angles. We've seen it so much with Iconstant, and I think we're going to see maybe an early engagement here with Flabber and someone. Yep, there you go. Ubawaka takes out Flabber, as we've seen, and then Taylor takes out Kelly. That Romeo and Juliet vibes already starting it up here. It is 2v4 and 30 seconds, Gibson.
Yeah, and then Chuma's going to take out Croc. Chuma on the double, charted all by himself. And Team CDO are going to win another round. And, oh my god, Tay with the Call of Duty drop shot, taking out Sharded. And 4-2. So Flabbernators, I'd say if you asked them before the attack phase started, if 2 rounds would be enough for them, they would have took your arm. And that is now, let's be real, they've now increased the amount of rounds that they have won against CDO over the whole tournament by 50% already on this attack phase. And now we switch over to defense, and this is where CDO have been so strong all tournament. On defense, they've been a little bit shaky at times, but on attack, they have really brought it to teams, and this is where Flabbernators have to be careful.
Let's not forget that the Flabbernators picked Skyscraper, right? So they must have some strats up their sleeve. And,
definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch them, how they set up for this.
Yeah, and Drifter, you're going to catch all of that for us. And Tay actually got that with a hip fire as well, which is interesting to see.
Right? I actually thought it was Jacob when I seen the drop shot, and then I seen it was Taylor. I was like, oh, that's definitely something I've not seen before, but look, there we go, Gibson. Remember I talked about the castle strat in this office and exhibition hold. We're seeing Dottie go to castle and is going to use all 3 of his castle utility to block out display. And they only have they have a sledge, I guess. And a sledge and a Sophia will get rid of that utility early on. And don't forget this. Flabbernators did ban Wamai, so they're going to be bringing in, and we know Chima loves to play him, Capitao each round. So if I was these defenders, I'd be careful where I position, because you only have ADSs to be able to protect from these Capitao bugs.
Yeah, but look, we're seeing that castle strat, which we did see, I believe, in an earlier iteration of the GSL, completely castling off that side of the map. So looking at how they're set up, we've got all of the players on or around site right now. And now they're starting to spread out a little bit. Looks like Krot might... Looks like Charted might not be roaming. No, it looks like all of the defenders are going to bunker down on site shields.
Yeah, even Flabber going into Maestro this time, so he's going to play an anchor, and we usually see him going that kind of roam present, usually as the alibi or usually as other. But yeah, Kelly will try and trick it. Will she have done the ace charge in time? She didn't get the first one, but she will get the second. But she also will be getting popped out by Chuma playing that Capitao.
Yeah, great job by Chums. Tay now going to go on the aggressive, going to push towards that door, but with Kales being down straight away, luckily she... Oh my god, look at the snake plays. The snake plays not even spotted on the cams as that happens, but advantage CDO right now with that 5-4 kind of split, but they need to get rid of that cage charge if they want to get in through that wall. Obawaka's trying to find it right now from below, but I don't think he's going to get it. They're going to need someone to push through one of those windows.
Yeah, Obawaka is kind of vertical control here, and we're kind of seeing the same kind of thing. We'll be seeing the opposite side. We have Flabbernaters just holding angles, and we'll be seeing that SMG 11 action already started off. We got the pre-fire here from Taylor. He has pinged out where he thinks anyone is, but Obawaka, they're trying to get rid of that Kai charge. Even though they did take out Kelly, that Kai charge still in action.
Yeah, great job by Kells by just about getting that charge out on time to stop the breach. But Sharded with a beautiful shot takes out Tay, rocking that black ice on the SMG-11. So now it's back to a 4v4, and with a minute left on the clock, CDO needs someone to step up and be that first or second entry now and pick up a kill.
These Maestro cameras, if they don't get rid of it when it comes to that 20 to 30 seconds, Gibson, I feel them Maestro cameras is going to be the big difference. Not even what you're able to get with the damage coming up, but the intel you're able to give. Because they're bulletproof, you can't get rid of them unless you're the Sophia. But Jacob's got a quick peek. He's going to be in position of Terrence and Chuma going down with the smokes. We're going to see a plan, but remember, them Maestro cameras can see through smokes, and Chuma's going to use them castles in his advantage. And look, already, I told you, starting it off, taking as much damage as he can from it, is going to look away. Look, 2 downs with it! No way!
Krot with the double kill while all that's going on, but Dottie is down. Flabber looks like he's going to go for the res, is he?
10 seconds left.
He just doesn't get it off, but on the prone, taking out one. Krot with the triple kill, taking out Jacob. And Flabbernators pull that round back. And they are now 4-3 down. But a very, very good recovery after what was a poor start, losing Kel so early.
That was amazing, just with the re-rise Krot coming in to pick up them Maestro cameras. But look, we said it there. They need to get rid of that utility. If you have your Sophia, if you have the sledge with the nade, you got to pinpoint these utilities. This game, for pretty much 2 minutes or 2 minutes 30, is usually a gadget simulator, Gibson. You're usually, as an attacker, you have to use all of what you have to get rid of each piece, so and so. Well, they didn't do that, Gibson. They could barely get rid of the Kai charge, and they didn't touch the castles. They didn't touch the Maestro cameras. What were they using with their gadgets in that round?
Yeah, they spent too long, I think, trying to get rid of that cage charge. You know, trying to play the vertical, but the I don't think verticality works on Skyscraper from below. Not as powerful as it is on other maps. Kells did go down early, but fantastic job on the cage tricking. And then Krot Puck coming up big with that triple kill at the right time. Shields to be able to win that round for them. But 4-3 down, Flabbernators still behind. So yes, you won a great round. You played very, very well on attack. You need to hold your nerve now on defense. And with Krot coming up big, going 8-6, which I believe is his highest kill count in any game all tournament so far. Anything is possible, Shields.
Anything is possible, definitely when the nerves get to you in the final of any competition. Now we're obviously seeing that maybe that €700 prize pool that's currently on the board is affecting these players' playstyle, and that's why we're seeing some, I guess, mysterious ops or mysterious plays being brought out. Little mistakes like the frost mats, not taking the Maestro cameras, not getting rid of these Kai charges early on. But look, it's a different objective now, so will the Team CDO be able to push a lot better and use their gadgets?
Yeah, definitely need to use more utility on attack. Chuma once again going with Capitao. But look, Better look, Tay is going to now drone himself in, which is something we didn't see last round. But with those attackers all hunched down as well, Geisha kind of usually is the play, but it looks like with that shield in place, even though there's nobody playing it, it is going to delay some time shields.
It's quite funny when the question's kind of been brought out, Gibson, about the Gone 6 being introduced and how people were saying that's going to kind of affect a lot of playstyle. We haven't seen it being played once this game.
Yes, and it was one of the questions that the captain of CDO did ask. He was asking, was the Gone 6 allowed? And with the way that he was asking, I kind of expected to see more of it. But like you said, it hasn't been brought into action once. But they do now have that wall into Makeup Room open. And Krot falling back now to play behind that shield. So with 1 minute and 43 left on the clock, they have done part 1 of a successful push on the site by taking control of Geisha. But with Krot still on that angle, oh look, there's 3 of them are going to push him out at the one time. So Krot needs to get one. He needs to get at least one of these players, and he is taken out by Chuma.
I'm sorry, but it breaks my heart, Gibson. If you're using an deployable shield, stay behind it. Use it as a mirror. See the opposition before you see it. Don't, overhang it, because people are going to go for headshots anyway, which we are seeing. Jacob getting a headshot onto Flabber. This is an amazing push by the team CDO here. As you said, Gibson, already got Makeup and Geisha control, and they have the angle, so we're going to see them probably rush into Karaoke and maybe get an early plant.
Yeah, look, they're putting down that smoke. Shoot, we see that Echo drone being used by Dottie, but they need to get a frag, and Tay takes out kills. It's a 5v2. Beautiful shot by Dottie, but he's instantly refragged by Jacob, holding a beautiful cross. But we are in a situation now where Charted all by himself against 4 attackers, and 24 seconds he has to get them all killed and get the defuse off, really. So it's going to be a loss right now.
If he's able to clutch this will be one of the craziest... Never mind. Caster's Curse, he gets taken out, but what expected there, Gibson, with Team CDO. And if you notice with a lot of them kills, the crossfires they had, there were so many times where bullets from each side just kind of, they went past their path. So even if, for example, Krot lost that gunfight, which he did on that Goyo shield, I'm pretty sure it would have been refragged or would have been shot from another angle.
Yeah, really, really good attack. Once again, like you said, I think Krot should have used the shield a bit more to his advantage. And whenever they are pushing so aggressively there, Krot, and there's a couple of them, best advice is to shoot, either play the shield from behind it or shoot out the Goyo on the shield and fall back to a more defensive position. Think of it like a wartime scenario where the map is broken up into little sections. And when you lose one section, you fall back and protect the next section. Don't try play aggressive. Don't flail the dead horse, as the old saying goes. Just fall back and live the fight another day. He didn't do that. He went down. And after you lose that first defender, the attackers get this little bit of momentum in a round. And it usually helps them win their next kind of engagement. So 5-3 up now are CDO. They need 2 more rounds if they want to win this game, but it is a defender favored game. So Flabbernaters still with all of the chances to win this round.
Well, that's the Team CDO from the very beginning of time when they have been playing in the GSL. We talk about their attacks in and in out, and the reason why they're so good, obviously Tay loving attack, he's able to set that tempo, but we're seeing it, as you kind of pointed out, Gibson, they had begun it in the defense, and now they're in attack late on, and with the confidence they got from that Geisha push, if they can be as structured as they did, and with how quickly they're able to push in time, because you got to remember, it's not about how efficiently they pushed Geisha. They got it with 1 minute and 10 still on the board. They could just wait time and pick these defenders off one by one, which they did. And it looking like the way the setup is going, Gibson, they're going to be doing the exact same.
Yeah, and Krot is holding Makeup Room again, but you need to hold it a little bit longer. Chuma now has opened up that window into Geisha, and look, Swept droning out Krot. Sorry, Swep's drone is below. I don't know if he actually droned out Krot, but they're going to get that wall open already.
Yeah, it's good to have the Sophia and the Ash charge to be able to get that vertical play. Because remember, you got no Maverick, you got no Thatcher, so they're not even going to be able to get it from afar. And I don't feel anyone's comfortable going to Kali. She is a bit difficult, definitely, in this site, for example, Gibson, because if you're going to be using that sniper, you kind of want longer engagement. So they're going to go these ops that are more comfortable with and more versatile to be able to get more in. But Swept and obviously Ash eventually got that Geisha open, but there's no one playing Geisha. So even with how long they did delay and how much utility, they actually could have just walked through the double window.
Yeah.
And Flabber, C4 from below, takes out Chuma.
Yeah, that's a great C4 there. Krot did what we said he should have done last time, and he's fallen back to fight another day. And Obawaka taking out kills, so it's now a 4v4 situation. But with Flabber and Sharded still in play, the attackers need it. We're going to see a frag here by Obawaka, but there's nobody in that general area, so he's going to waste both of his frags here. No, he actually gets a double. I am wrong. Caster's curse. Who is this guy? Sack him. Sack him.
That was a beautiful throw, and Taylor, though, taking out Krot. If they win this round and take out Donnie, you're going to be on match point already, and that's not what you want to be, Flabbernators. But he looks in the wrong way, and he's going to get taken up by Jacob from Black Stairs, and that is now 6 to Team CDO and 3 to Flabbernators, and oh no.
Yeah, match point now for CDO, so maybe there was there was a method to this, because if they win this game, they do go on to attack in the next one and get to choose the map shields. So maybe that was the plan. Maybe they expected to win the first game.
I think they expected a skyscraper play, because even though they haven't seen the Flabbernators be able to play in this map, Gibson, they always talk about it in and out. But let's go back a little minute. Triple kill by Obawak with a double frag grenade. He threw the first one, downed one of his enemies, and then threw it again. And he did that by bouncing it off the wall, going ricocheting, and getting the double. That was beautiful.
Yeah, really, really good plays. So we're seeing Flabber's 6th pick over to Maestro, and with Maestro's new ability, with the new ability those defenders have, Shields, Maestro is now a far more powerful operator, and we've spoken about this before. That Alda is probably the best gun on all of defense.
Yeah, 100%. From the damage rate, his damage per second is so high, but even just the amount of ammo capacity you have, and if you have Maestro anchoring down, it's very difficult to get rid of him. Like, what's bad about Maestro? If you add an anchor, he's a 1-speed 3 armored. You have a Bailiff as a secondary that you can do to rotates. You have the Alda that you just brought up, which is a machine of a weapon. And then you have one of the best gadgets in the game, which is his Evil Eyes. There's nothing wrong with him. And then, yeah, when you were saying, when they finally introduced that update where you're able to control cameras when you're dead, he's going to be even better. So I feel whenever they're going to release that update, Gibson, or if they even do, he's going to be one of the main bans in Siege.
Yeah, he will. Once people kind of really work out how to use them, that's what's going to happen. So here we are, match point CDO. They've kind of got a pinch going on here already. Obawaka and Jacob in the bottom floor. Obawaka droning Jacob in, and Tay kind of looking for those roamers. But all of those defenders are anchored in place. Swept breaking open that window, trying to get a line of sight and maybe get a free kill early on in the round. But the defenders are prepared for that.
And we got the vertical plays from Taylor. Try to get rid of the charge. But as we were saying before, there is the Kaid going up by Kelly yet again. So yes, you can get rid of the floor, but you'll have to go underneath and put yourself in a vulnerable position to be able to get rid of it. But one of the ADSs did catch a second breaching charge, so Taylor only has one left to begin with.
Yeah, so Tay down, like I said, the one breach charge, but he still has the C4. But with the way that the teams are set up and no real Roman presence, the Claymore, the Claymore's not going to get that much action, is it, Shields?
I do not think so, no. And he Swept looking for that mute charge.
Oh.
And guys, this is a problem with the new ADS system where it does 10 seconds. If you put it off with one of your charges, you need to straight away, Gibson, use it before it, recharges again.
Yeah, you really, really do. So Shuma holding that aggressive angle again as we see one of those Jaegers taken out. But with Tay and Shuma and Dragon, they have a lot of map control here, but the defender's still with 100% control on site. And this is where they need that first entry. This is where Tay or Jacob have to get that first initial frag with 50 seconds left on the clock.
But it's still them two Maestro cameras, yeah. And as you said, 5 of the defenders. We're going to see absolute firepower from everyone right now. Tay already entering in, but will be the first to be taken down by the UMP with that 1.5 scope. Second player will be coming in. Oh no, they're taking their time. Now, they should have all went in at once. I feel they're kind of delaying a little bit, but they're still going to try it, Gibson. 4v5 with 28 seconds.
Jacob takes out Swept with a team kill, and Kells takes out Shuma. And that makes it a 5v2, but Jacob does manage to take out Kells, drops in a little style point of a teabag. But we're going to see another engagement, and is that Crot going down, getting injured? And then we're going to see Jacob take out Charlotte, so it's back to a 2v2. And then we see Dottie and Flabber cleaning up the round, taking out Jacob and Obawaka. Flabbernators win that round, pull one back, but with it being match point to CDO now, every round matters. But with this being a best of 5, Shields, if you lose the first game, it's not the worst thing in the world.
100%. It's the best of 5, so we'll see oppositions take one win, but that doesn't mean anything. How many times do we watch, the esports in Rainbow Six Siege where we've seen one team go ahead, but then get either defeated in the next 2 to 3 matches and then the other one take it? So as much as if you do lose this next round and you do, lose in Skyscraper and Flabbernators, it's still not over yet. This is a 50-50 game and both teams are in it to win it, and they both deserve to be in this final.
Yeah, they do. They're both here for a reason. Attackers not changing it up at all. They're rocking that exact same lineup every single time. Ash definitely trying to play first entry, which is what she was really made to do. But looking at those defenders, we're going to see Charlotte's 6th pick over to Cade. And they haven't had the opportunity to play Barbecue Kitchen yet, so I'll be interested to see what way they do it. Whether or not they try that geisha hold again, because verticality can be huge with that hatch directly over Kitchen. So Shields, when you're in a match point situation, you need to win every single round to force overtime. How aggressive do you get? Do you think that they're all going to play very passive and hold side, or do you think that they're going to feel they have to bring the game to CDO now?
Oh, if they can early on as a defense, try and get a few early picks, because the way they've been playing this whole time in defense, they've been very passive and only had that late roam coming. We obviously seen that from Jaeger last round, but if they can do it yet again, because even with how beautiful, well played the kind of crossfire angles Flabbernators had, and with Dottie getting that first pick, if they didn't, it just came to gunfights there, Gibson. And if they lost that you don't want it to come to gunfights. You want to come to the structure of your defense. And even obviously Flabbernators didn't have them crossfires, but if they cause it to kind of go for some 1v1 gunfights again, there is that chance of losing it. And we talk about match point bringing nerves to the defense. So try out something different that you're confident on. So it's kind of the same-ish kind of way you play, but a little bit different, that it might be able to catch out these offenders.
Yeah, and looking, first thing I've noticed straight off the bat is Swept has the diffuser all by himself by Geisha window, so he will need to get kind of back into position with his team, because if you lose that diffuser as a solo player, you're kind of done. But look at the amazing drone work here. Obawaka clearing out each room for Tay. So Tay definitely playing first entry this time.
Yeah, he's from the very beginning of time, his gunplay and brain is amazing. And I would not want to be against Taylor in these 1v1s, but they've cleared up top. No one's playing up above, it seems there, Gibson. So Flabbernators are going to let them get that vertical play early on.
Yeah, it looks like it was all smoke and mirrors with Dottie kind of setting up to defend there, but with that Cade, that Electric Claw, they are going to have to work a little bit if they want to get that hatch open. But with 1:33 left on the clock, we've seen no engagements. We've seen a lot of drone work. When are we going to see that first gunfight? Who can win the first one in this round? Because I have a feeling whoever wins that will swing the momentum of the round in favor of their team and probably win the round.
It's been such a patient round, Gibson. We're just kind of seeing setups become setups, and as you said, no gunfights. But will Obawaka take a bit of that? He does not. To be fair, it is a UMP. Even if he did take, he probably wouldn't have even felt it. It's basically a Nerf gun if you do not get the headshots. But Shuma is going a little bit aggro, going down main stairs. Will probably get into gunplay with Sharded, which he does, but not with Sharded. He gets it with Flabber, and that's it. That's the first one. He might get the double as well. He just falls apart a little bit, but will Kai reach again? He does, and Shuma! Double kill!
Yeah, 5v3, match point. One more frag. You got Obawaka takes out Dottie. It's a 5v2. This looks like it is good night, Irene, on the first game. Let's just say CDO are about to take a 1-0 lead in the series.
I still have hope, Gibson. It could continue. Krot and Kelly together. Krot taking out Shuma is going to try and take out Tay, but Tay takes more damage to him than he does to him. But the crossfire from Jacob takes out Krot at the end. Kelly puts one of her smokes to kind of eliminate, but she will be against the Romeo Juliet 1v1. Tay versus Kelly. Who will win? It is Tay taking that last kill to make it the first map win to Team CDO.
Absolutely phenomenal performance there by CDO in game number 1, allowing them to take the win, and they go 1-0 up in the series. Shields, what a tight game that was.
That was so well played by both teams. It was very entertaining to watch, and even just seeing the setups from each side, I guess they were very different. You know, there was different ops being played. We obviously seen the Maestro and the Castle being brought a lot more from the Flabbernators, but excuse me, more of that kind of mute and smoke being played. Oh my god, sorry, can you continue? I'm dying.
Coronavirus. But yeah, as we lose Shields to COVID, we will talk about that game. And looking at the performances by those sides, it started off so well for Flabbernators, but we did see CDO pulling it back. A couple of huge plays by Obawaka and Shuma over the last few rounds, pulled it in. Jacob did turn his game around as well, but let's look at the positives from Flabbernators in game 1. We did see Krot playing very, very well, you know, getting a tournament high kills for him in a single game. Not only that, Kel's getting more confident and being able to play more aggressive as the tournament has progressed has been huge for Flabbernators, but they're going to have learned a lot, and that is the wildcard map out as well. With Skyscraper being played already, Shields, it does mean that now we're going to see more standard maps, more standard setups, and that might suit Flabbernators better, in my opinion. Yes, they tried to throw the wildcard in game 1, but I think that now it will suit them better, that we will be seeing more standard ranked maps.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Flabbernators did choose that last map, and Tay got to choose the attack on, the defense in it. So it'll be switched around then, and Tay getting to choose the next map. I kind of assume it'll probably be Consulate maybe being brought up by Tay, and seeing how strong they have played it in the time. And as you know, and as we've seen, they love to attack, and Consulate kind of gives it that favor. Good evening, gentlemen. Tay and
Hello.
Flabs. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. It's been a good final so far.
It's been very entertaining to watch, and really thank you guys so much for, you know, giving the audience what they deserve.
Thank you for casting us.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, really, really good first game, and you know, we've seen a couple of maybe little mental errors that people might not make. I know that we've seen one on the stairs where Flabber, you decided to reload, and the audio cue gave your position away, allowing Jacob to pick up an easy frag. And then on the other side of things, Tay, I think they kind of caught you by surprise in the first round by how aggressive they played.
I was asleep at the wheel in the first round.
Yeah, so you guys take the 1-0 lead on the series, and like I said, it was a tough game. I think Flabbernators made that way more competitive than the other games that you played in the tournament in the past. So that is I think that's still a very big result for Flabbernators, and will give you a lot of confidence going forward. But moving into game 2, we now have Skyscraper out of the rotation, Jacob, and it is your turn to choose the map. So Tay, which map would you like to play next?
We would like... We'd like to play Oregon.
We're going to go to Oregon. So, best of luck in game number 2, guys. I'll let you jump back into your teams. And as I said, it is a 1-0 lead to CDO as we start. So, Shields, we're going to go to Oregon next. What is that going to mean for these two teams?
I didn't expect Oregon being played by Tay. I really thought the consonant was going to be brought out. Oregon, obviously, we joke about it being called Boregan, but it's that rework that I feel everyone has kind of liked the most, and it's very favored. Some of the structures that you can be brought out are very scary, but we've seen Team CDO being able to utilize ops like Mirror, for example, in this site very, very well. So I do expect from Flabber to be able to get rid of that Mirror in the kind of early bans, but kind of even into something that we didn't see in a Skyscraper game, and Flabbernators did bring it out a little bit, definitely on Cafe a lot of the times, is Monty, played by Flabber. And Oregon has that presence, definitely if you're holding, downstairs and want to push blue, which Smoke will be holding. So I wonder, will Flabber bring, Monty out if, of course, he's not banned?
I'm interested to see what way it goes. This is a map where there are a lot of great places for Monty to push, especially more the basement side Shields than top floor. I think top floor does suit the more standard push. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an ace ban, or not an ace ban, but a 0 ban, because we've spoken about this before. 0 is the only operator who can solo take Attic. So I would be looking at potentially getting 0 out. We did see Kells in the final game week rocking 0 and pushing through Attic quite a few times, so they may try to directly prevent that from happening, because I think they can defend. I think they can defend Thatcher Maverick. I think with, if you've got Jaeger and Wamai on the board, you can easily handle those two, especially if you play aggressive towards Master Bedroom. So, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see a 0 ban. From what I've seen in the first game and what operators I choose, I don't think there was anybody really that you'd want to target ban. We've seen a lot of Capital being used, but I think it was more just for the map itself. So, Drifter, we'll move on to you. I know that you're waiting for the players to get ready. I think they're doing a couple of little bits and bobs before we get up and running. But what did you see in the first game, Drifter, as the observer that you think's worth mentioning?
Especially towards the last few rounds, when Flabbernators were defending, I saw a lot of repicks and stuff. For example, when Chooms was pushing down the stairs, he got 1 kill. He tried on the kite, he tried to peek him, lost a lot of health, and then obviously Chuma knew where he went. So just kept aiming at the same angle, tried repeats, and obviously got killed like instantly. Which is things you shouldn't be doing. If you know where the attacker is pushing, and you've already been hit by him once, don't repeat the same angle. Try and do something different. Like try and rotate to another position, or get some backup. If you've still got a few numbers around the board and that. But yeah, towards the end, the Flabbernators really dropped the ball, and ultimately they lost the first map.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing, getting a little bit too aggressive on repeats, especially when you're not in the strongest position, you're not going to win that gunfight. And the only issue is, though, Drifter, with that gunfight, I think that Sharded was in a very bad position. There was nowhere for him to rotate out of without taking on that gunfight, but maybe be a little bit more tactical about it than a straight up wait 2 seconds and peek it again. But let's talk about that kill by Obawaka, the double kill with the frag grenade. The first one obviously injured, I can't remember if it was Flabber or Dottie. I didn't see on the cam that there was a player there, but he did injure Dottie, and then that second grade taking out Flabber when I was going for the revive. So that was a bit of a play of the game for me. Shields, what was your play of the game? Would I be wrong in saying that it was Flabber's push in the first round?
I take Obawaka's nade kind of has to give a bit of love there, and I just it had that comedic value of like you and I like, oh no, I don't think you should kind of throw that nade there. I don't. Oh, he gets a double kill. Oh well, we don't know what we're talking about. Don't listen to us. He was doing some parkour action, and I think even just obviously the nade kill was beautiful, but just the structure of that attack with the crossfires they had, Geisha control really quickly. It stuck in my mind and really well played.
Yeah,
I love the way that Chuma absolutely timed the cooking of those grenades to perfection. As soon as it would have appeared, you see that red grenade symbol when you're close to a grenade. As soon as that appeared on the defender screen, bam, one's down. And then the second one goes out. Maybe the second guy, I can't remember who it was standing a bit too close to the downed operator. Maybe he was trying to get the revive or something. But yeah, second grenade comes out. Boom. Double kill. It was absolutely amazing to watch.
yeah, he might not have been throwing it from Kitchen Drifter, but he definitely cooked up something there, taking out that double. So, do we have any updates from our players? Are we looking ready to start the game number 2 yet? Do we have an update? I think we were missing Kels for just a minute.
Somebody needed 5 minutes to take the dog out or put the dog out. Can't
Yes.
remember who it was.
That's not a nice thing to say about Cross Drifter, but
Yeah.
look, Shields, game 1, did it go the way you expected? I think on paper, CDO are the stronger side. I know we've got a lot of love for Flabbernaters in chat because they really are the feel-good story. They're the underdogs. They came out of nowhere to make it to the final. But CDO from game 1 have been very dominant. They lost a couple of games. I think they lost 3 games the whole tournament. So, look, we're going to get stuck in. Bear with us, guys, while we get over to your game screen. And I'll ask you that question when we get back, Shields.
Yeah, that is grand. We'll start it off. Anyway, we have Oregon being the second game being played with the Flabbernators versus Team CDO in this amazing final that you've all enjoyed, and I surely did enjoy as well. And I'm very excited to see how this will play out. Definitely in the banning phase. We will start out with Flabbernators picking someone an attack, and you did kind of dabble on the Zero. So I'm kind of curious, will Zero be that one? But no, they're going for that standard kind of operator ban choice yet again, gives them with a Thatcher.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're leaving Zero on the board because we spoke about how Zero can actually solo take Attic all by himself on this map because you can put up the cams to watch your back. You can put up the cams to get rid of any denial and garage itself as well. So, interesting Zero's on the board. We do see the first target ban of the night with Monty being banned. And that's a definitely straight up anti-Flabber move right there, Shields. And it was actually made... yeah, it was made by CDO. For a second there, I thought that it was Flabber made that ban himself. But we do see that target ban, and Smoke's another one, Shields, to stop that hold on elbow. So what do you think of the bans that we have so far?
I'm so interested. A smoke ban. That is a really good one now that I think of it. And that was by Team CDO, and I was kind of expecting the Mira and the Monty one to kind of that we talked about earlier. But smoke ban? Oh, this is interesting, Gibson. I'm really curious to see how that plays out.
Yeah, it looks like they definitely want to push the basement. We are going to do kids and dorms, and there is a bit of petition in the Siege world to get the name of that site changed. But we're going to say it, but we're going to keep it as it is for tonight. But the way things are set up on attack, we're seeing Ash, Sledge, Zofia, Maverick, and Ace. So only one hard breach. I don't think any of the other attackers do have the hard breach secondary. So Swept is going to have to do a lot of work here in this round, Shields.
Well, you do have Maverick by Chuma, so it kind of still dabbles a little bit. But are we seeing a 6-pick by Kels going to Warden instead of the Valkyrie right now? And I think it might be due to him having the shotgun. And is that kind of... Can we have a click to Kelly really quickly, Drifter? No. She's going for it. I'm curious why the Warden. Are they were they expecting some huge smoke plays or some blitz or some, I don't know, flashes going out? Because this, I'm intrigued by this one right now, Gibson.
Yeah, they don't really have the setup because it was Tay was Ash before the 6th pick, so you know, if you want to use the MPX, you may as well go Valk. So, like you said, it is a strange pick. Not a lot of utility that can flash. Maybe it is the smoke grenades for Swept. Maybe she's worried about that smoke plant on default. But we'll have to see how it plays out. I'm interested to see what it goes. But my anticipation for this round and what I expect to see will be Tay going into meeting to try get anything that is on Attic. And we will probably see Jacob try to get that classroom, that classroom hole made on the wall to try get master bedroom, get that master bedroom wall. So Swept going to have to cover a lot of miles here. Yeah, I know you said that Maverick can get a wall by himself, but unless you've really, really practiced it, Shields, it can take a lot of time and it makes a lot of noise.
And we're already seeing the drone work going down in at main, going to classroom with IQ, probably going to get rid of some of them Kaid charges, which he'll probably, look, already getting the first one. But don't forget, Kaid still has one in his pocket. No, he doesn't. Apologies, he has used it for Attic. So, Tay, map control already. This is huge. You got to remember, like, where we're kind of dabbling on the skyscraper, if you're able to get sections of this map quicker, it will make it a lot more difficult for these defenders to hold the positions as long as they can.
And here goes the bandit tricking, or the mute tricking, and they do get the charges stopped after one goes off, but that's a lovely little spot now to throw something right, and the C4 is thrown, and Jared literally throws that right into Swept's lap. What a throw, taking out the hard breach. So they're going to have to do this one the old-fashioned way.
So beautiful by Charted with the mute trick to the C4 action, and Chuma will get rid of the charge. Oh no, he's seen the head. He's seen the head. It's so close, but Kron will push on back. And even just to notice the setup there, they don't have a rotate made for Attic, on that kind of kid side. So they're going to kind of, I guess, control it as much as they can. So it's definitely an interesting one.
Yeah, and they're going to have, they're making it hard for them to get this wall because Maverick has used a lot of his secondary or his, utility already without actually getting it open. So it's a tough spot. And yes, we see a lot of chat talking about the vertical grip on the G8, but I think, and look where Tay is already, Shields.
This is a beautiful play by him, but he didn't realize that Dottie was just hiding in by the classes, in games room, by the couches, and will get rid of him. And Flabber doing another trade, but Obawaka ain't giving up. What a headshot onto Kelly, but he's gonna have another refrag right there, and he just misses him, but Chuma gets him, so it's Chuma and Obawaka in this 2v2 against Dottie and Charted, but look at this by Charter going for that vertical play and will win with the SMG-11. The SMG-11, and SMG-11 does take it into victory, and Dottie takes out Chuma.
That was an interesting round there, Shields. We had a couple of massive momentum swings during the course of that because we need to pause it. Chuma does need to restart the game, so we are going to pause it. So let's go back to that geocast screen. So Shields, a couple of big momentum swings in that round, and whenever they got it to a 4v2 situation, they kind of lost it pretty quickly, going back into a 2-2 with, I believe it was Chuma and Obawaka picking up a couple of nice frags, but the guys held their nerve. Charted and Dottie picking up those frags at the very end to win that round for their team. But after one round, Flabbernaters winning, this game could go either way.
Oh yeah, either way. And I'm kind of wondering, was the sound bug a big reason why it kind of affected Team CDO's attack? But still, gotta give that love to Charted. You did say that there's only one hard breacher. Obviously, you do have, the Maverick, which kind of counts, I guess. But that C4 and mute trick was just beautiful, and we've seen that day in day out by Charted with how smart he can use his gadgets for the right way at the right moment, and perfectly thrown C4. It literally scared you and I when we just seen it plant right in front of Swap. Then good night.
And yes, guys, we did see the silencer on the SMG-11, but Shields, I don't know if you've had the opportunity to do some practice with the SMG11, but I was watching some of the Pro League games, and a lot of the pros have started using that suppressor, because it looks like it's turned the SMG11 into a little bit of a laser. So I like the use of the suppressor. I know that this is something they were planning on doing during the game. They were like, don't tell anybody because we want to keep it a secret. But yes, at the minute, guys, the suppressor on the SMG11, you do lose a little bit of damage, but it does have a massive impact on recoil. Check it out, guys.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. And kind of even a few comments I just sent a scene from Stream, and even someone I mentioned, no rotate into kids to attic. And some people were kind of like, oh, that's not a good idea. But actually, I think it worked out for them. I think that just like stuff that you don't expect. And I feel if you can do that from some of your sites, if you can change some of the default sites a little bit, change the rotate to a different side, even if it's just a little bit, it will catch the players off guard. And I felt that's what happened with the IQ rush there from Tay, because he was, look at his plan. He had, all right, I'm going to sit in concrete for a little bit. I'm going to swing who's ever in attic. I'm going to go through rotate and engage. What happened? And I'm sure it happened with him. He was on concrete. He went into attic. He got rid of him. And then he went, oh, there's no rotate. And you could see him hesitant in that position. And then he got taken out by the K8 in games.
Yeah, it was a big play, but Taylor got onto site and rotated into Croton attic and picked up that kill. Dottie wasn't able to get a refrag, or got the refrag just after, but he could have potentially ended that round much earlier. Now, we do need to do a full-on rehost because Chuma cannot get in. So just as a reminder to Drifta, it is 1-0. The band operators are Thatcher, Monty, Smoke, and Mira. And the first site played was Kids Games. So Shields, one round in, Flabbernaters 1-0 up. Really, really good bounce back after losing the first game in the series. But with CDO attacking, you need to win the 4 rounds. If you can go 4-2 against CDO on defense, I think that is a big win, because they normally go 3-2 on attack. Or sorry, 3-3 on attack,
3-3.
or even 4-2 on attack. So if you can get a 4-2 against them, you put yourself in a great position. And let's be real, we've seen some very, very good attacking from Flabbernators on Skyscraper, so I have a feeling that they could potentially cause an upset here if they win this, win their 4 rounds on defense.
If they do continue as they are playing, they will definitely get that. And I feel they put in the work, definitely would have put a lot of work into Oregon. Obviously, it isn't their pick. It is Team CDOs. But with how they set up the site, even with the rotates, with some of the shield placements, with bringing out Warden, which I still don't know why they had Warden. But maybe it was the smokes. But look, it happened. She got picked off. It's whatever. But they keep doing it. And yeah, I was really impressed by their attacks more than their defense in the Skyscraper game. So it weirdly enough, Gibson, I think it might go down to the attacking play here, because Oregon is very defensive favorite, and you will see, I guess, Kid Storms and down below being probably won by the defense, but it's who could ever take these kitchen sites or meeting, whichever kind of gets played from the defensive, will kind of take that victory in the end.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, but look, we talk about Siege being a game as well, Shields. It's all about how well you react to what's going on after the round has started. And we've seen a mute trick go off that stopped the ace charges from breaching fully, but it made a little bit of a hole. And you talk about who reacts first. Well, we did see Sharded react first, threw that C4, took out the ace, and with what you could call poor Maverick use in attic, it really, really gave a massive advantage in that round. And it looks like the players are back and ready to go. So, Shields, after what you've seen in the first round, dare I say Flabbernators looking the stronger side so far?
Nah, you're 100% correct. They do look super, super strong, and just with their brain, I think the nerves got away from them in that Skyscraper game, because I feel with both sides, after playing that first game, they're comfortable now. They're used to kind of people watching them, used to being that stuff, and they can start just playing their normal competitive games. That I feel is going to be thrown out of the roof. and we're going to see the proper setups being used. And here's one that you use all the time, Gibson, is the castle down below in Laundry and Supply. It looks like Dottie's going to be bringing it out, and they'll have that shield in Laundry. Do you want to kind of like talk about to the audience here on what kind of the setup brings?
So basically, whenever you use that castle, you might see people use it at the top of Laundry Stairs, but you definitely put it at the bottom of Laundry Stairs, and you also put it on the double door into Laundry. And really what that does is it means you can ignore that side of the map for a defender, or as a defender for as long as it takes. And once they break those castles, what that does is it gives you those audio cues. And if they push down through Laundry, if they push down through, oh my God, Dottie. But what this is going to do is going to give you a lot of audio intel, and then you can kind of focus on push on that side of the map. So I like this push. This works really, really well with a head height in towards Freezer as well. So you'll hold Freezer, you'll hold Pillar. I don't think we're going to see an elbow hold here at Aldrift if we can get that overview, because without a smoke, the elbow hold is very, very difficult to do. And yeah, look, they've completely reinforced it. So the key area right now for these defenders to hold is Pillar. If you can hold Pillar, you will more than likely win this round. But you got to be careful, because you need someone watching those stairs. You need those audio cues. And these attackers are set up really, really hard for pushing through construction. And straight away, we see that lion being used.
And Maverick already tricking to open elbow control already. Look how quickly these attackers are able to get much position. But there's no one on, on that pillar right now, are kind of playing Harry Potter. So if that is thrown out, I am pretty sure they're going to be able to take advantage of that and maybe get a pick. But Shima has to be careful. He just showing his head there, and Dottie nearly was able to kind of pick him up. But look, already paying you kind of angle hold by Taylor. There is Obawaka up above to be able to protect him. I'm kind of curious on the positions here, but doesn't matter. C4 goes boom.
Yeah, Krot taking him out, but they've lost pillar control already, Shields, and we're going to see Dottie getting injured by, I believe it was Jacob. So Dottie is down. Jacob trying to finish him off, finally does it. It's now 4v4. They want to get rid of that, motion detector, that motion sensor, because it is making a lot of audio, but they have pillar control. And all of those defenders have fallen back. And Flabber in Freezer, low HP, is also going to fall back to site.
Yeah, 4v4, Flabber in very low HP. They're kind of holding their grounds. As you said, there's no one on pillar, so they have to be careful to not lose any more men as they push in, which is happening here. Swept getting a headshot onto Crop. Beautiful play, and I feel it's going to be an early plant already going off here, Gibson.
Yeah, look, they're going to throw in that. They're going to throw in those flashes. They take out the device. There's the smoke plant. They have... Do they have a C4 left? They've got one C4 left with Sharded. He throws it, but he's not able to get the kill. And now we're going to see Sharded taken out. Tay Diffuser is down, though, and the attackers have the numerical advantage. And, we do see an interesting right angle. The well-known right angle Maverick hole. Flabber... Obawaka makes it a 2v1, but both those attackers are less than one shot, Shields.
He could go for the defuse here if he just kind of baits them. I think if he holds it, he might have a bit more advantage. But I think holding his ground here isn't the play, and they're gonna lose here. He's won the round here, so that round is gonna be taken by Team CDO, even if Charted is able to take Jacob. And Jacob just gonna be playing time. Charted going for the defuse, but look, there's no time. Go for the kills, and there you go.
Jacob gets it, so CDO won that round, but. Yeah, if you're going to try to bait the plant, you got to do it when there's like 16 plus seconds, because it takes 7 seconds to defuse, guys. So if you wait till after that 15-second mark, you can't really fake it. He either had to go ultra aggressive there or go for the defuse. He didn't do either. And we talk about this all the time. We literally say, be decisive. If you hum and ha about making a decision, it can cost you the game. It doesn't matter what you're playing. Doesn't matter if it's a real life sports. It doesn't matter if you're playing any esports. If you delay, the decision making, it normally is going to work against you, and that's what happened. And Sharded is good enough to win those gunfights. So it's 1-1. We're going to go back to Laundry Supply. On the attacking side, we're seeing a couple of changes. Sledge being used by Obawaka. Zofia being used by Jacob again. Tay is going to use the Ash instead of the Lion. and Chuma is switching from one hard breach to the other, whipping out the ace. So with the Maverick going down early last time, I think they're adjusting to that and taking a hard breacher this time around, Shields.
I just find it hilarious when we talk about the God 6 so much, and you were saying it. It kept talking about it, but no one has used it yet. I know we're still early in, but look at the attacking team. Sledge, Sophia, Ash, Maverick, and Ace. It's pretty much standard, nothing new. Other than the Lion being brought there last round, it's kind of been quite standard. So I guess they're in attack or just going for stuff that they're able to get away with. Definitely with the utility drain, with all the ops being in play. Like, look, they have 4 nades and they have 5 breaching and they have, what, 2 smokes and a claymore. Like, that doesn't matter what's in your way, if it's Melusi devices, if it's Maestros, if it's castles, they're able to get rid of them very early on.
Yeah, and looking at how they attacked the last time, they're going to do it again. Look, all 5 of those attackers already pushing towards construction, taking it really, really aggressive. And because smoke is banned, it allows you to do that because you know there's going to be nobody holding that elbow. So it's all about trying to get pillar control as early as possible. Shuma is going to drone Obawaka in, checking that T2 and T3 of Big Tower. But Tay already pushed in, so they have control of construction. There's no defenders holding pillar here at all, Shields.
Nope, they're not touching it at all. They're going to let them, yet again, go for the wall. I'm just kind of hoping the Maverick here doesn't get killed by a C4 like last time.
Ooh.
Oh, what a throw, though, to get it in through the little gaps. That's impressive, but he will not be able to get any fatals from it, and Swap will continue to Maverick trick. But it looks like they're going to be using Ace, it seems, here, once they get a nade through at Gibson. And Tay takes out Kron!
Yeah, Tay with a beautiful headshot there on Krot. They've got pillar control. They have construction control. This is too easy. All they got to do now is get a little bit of smoke down and they can get that exact same plant off again. And that's what they're going to do this time. Defenders, Kells is holding Freezer, but there's no attackers pushing from that side of the map, guys. You need to get a pinch on the attackers. Somebody needs to get a bit of a rotate. You're a man down, and all of the early momentum is straight in the hands of CDO.
Ooh, so early in yet again, Gibson. And look at that use of the alibi, but he will not get rid of. He will see the position and takes out Obawaka. We talk about him playing in the alibi, and he plays it so well. But look, Chuma, never mind, get taken out by the nade. But sorry, C4. But Taylor going for that like refrag, but in the refrag of the reposition of. But will he win it? No way, he wins that, Gibson.
Tay wins these. Tay wins that one, and he should have been killed by Kells, but Kells wasn't paying attention. It's a 2v3 situation again. Tay should be dead. He's not. We're seeing, look, Tay takes out Kells. It's a 3v1. Flabber all by himself. The defenders are just going to play this one nice and patient, and swings around, takes out Swift, takes out Tay. He's on the triple. Go on, do it. You seen his head? You can see his head. He doesn't
have time. No. Oh no. When he gets the quad, but this isn't enough time. And Jacob with that distraction really played well by him, but that is unfortunate to say the least.
The fact that he saw the head with enough time to win the round and just didn't kind of pick up on it, and that's the thing with those dark skin, or those like dark skins that operators use. You know, that black hat blended in nicely. Yes, that hat is allowed, but it made it so hard to spot him, Shields.
Yeah, it's that color kind of scheme, and yeah, you're 100%. It worked very well, but you got to give it to Jacob with when he pre-fired, when he would. It just had, you know, Flabber hesitant to be able to kind of push in forward. Well played by Team CDO, and now we're seeing that 2-1 lead by them. Their attacking presence is just so good. They're able to adapt very quickly and are able to get, with their drone working on entry fragging, be able to get in early positions very quickly. And we've seen that in Skyscraper. Now we're seeing it in Oregon.
Yeah, we really are. And we're seeing that 6th pick to Capital, and sorry, I'm just choking here a little bit, Shields.
No worries. Apologies.
It's my turn.
But look, It was the first pick here by Ying by Taylor, but he's at the 6th pick and into the Capitao yet again. Now, you are able to play Wamai this time in the game, but it doesn't seem Flabbernators are using it. They're going for that same kind of 5 other than Kells, going for the Valk instead of the Warden, as we see from the first round.
I am still slowly dying here, guys.
Apologies,
I
apologies. Oh, no worries. Sorry, my bad here. But if we can see from the opposition, we have 4 nades, 2 smokes, 1 hard breach gadget, and a claymore. And in the defensive time, we have 3 C4s, 1 deployable, and 2 bob wires, and they're running from 1 reinforcement. I love that addition in the top left and right. Like Ubisoft, you have done really, really well. Look, let's get it started. We have Kelly rocking to the new seasonal camo on that MPX. So her and Flabber seem to be kind of a bit closer to that roam presence, but Team CDO are going to be going for that standard attic push. Swept and Jake are going to be droning it out and not, go any mistakes like Daddy Cupcake did, for example, in T3 earlier in the few weeks past. And that really broke my heart. So hopefully no one make the mistake again. And even on the mistake, will the ace get C4'd by Charted as the mute? But we're seeing a bit slower kind of push for them. They're trying to get Kaklo, but actually, no, as I say slower, Taylor is already moved in a little bit for his team. Look at that armory control, droning out Chuma and Tay, and look, already, he sees it clear. Now move in. Every time they've cleared something, they've pushed in more forward. And I love how aggressive and how structured this Team CDO attack are. Look, 1 minute only passed and they have the wall. Dottie is moved off the position. Taylor will take out Krot, and that's not good. And they reinforced rotate yet again. So I'm kind of wondering, it won't have that surprise present as it did last time. But speaking of kind of surprise present, look at Dottie holding that corner. But doesn't matter. Dottie isn't the one that's going to initialize that kill. Will it take out Taylor early on? And that is a huge pick here. But speaking of what Flabber does a lot in Oregon is sneak. He sneak behind everyone. He's using the alibi. He's waiting his time, waiting for positions, and there's no doubt about it. He will get another quad under his belt.
Yes, it's bound to happen. He got a quad in that last round, but time obviously went against him. But with 1:13 left, Tay is down. Krot is also gone. Flabernator in that great position. Jacob takes a little bit of damage, but he does take out Dottie. Sorry, Swept takes him out. The diffuser is going down by Chuma already. So, really, is that's 3 rounds now they've got it down. Kells takes them out, but just a second too late. We're seeing some frags being thrown by Maverick as Obawaka takes out Kells, but Flabber's going to have to swing this one if he wants to kill. And look, Swept does the swinging. Swinger's advantage, guys. Swept taking him out. 3v1 again, Charted in Hobo with the whole world against him right now.
Yeah, you have Sledge there in double windows, able to get his cross as he pushes on, so he's going to have to be aggressively picked, but Sledge head shots Charted, and that's another Team CDO round win. They're 3-1 up right now, Gibson, in the attack.
Yeah, 3-1 up and looking to go 2-0 up in the best of 3 series, so if they do win this game, they're essentially on match point. They're in that situation where they're in it. They have it all to play for. And looking at how they're set up, they've got the Sledge, Zofia. Tay hasn't chosen yet, but we've got Swept and Chuma in position. Match point. But no, looking at the setups here by the defenders, Kells is going to rock Valkyrie again. So we spoke earlier, if you want to use the MPX, use Valk. Don't use Warden, especially when the attackers don't really have much utility that makes Warden useful. But Tay is going to switch over to Gridlock now, and only 1 hard breach again, Shields. I know you said Maverick is there, but Maverick needs support. There's a lot of hard breachers that can do it themselves. Maverick needs somebody watching his back because it's so easy to swing him and take him out.
Yeah, kind of a bit upset. Obviously, it's really good to see Gridlock being brought out, but I kind of thought we were going to see some Zero action and finally get to see some of what the Gone 6 has been brought in. We talk about Zero being that only operator that can get Attic on his own. With the utility he has, he's able to get rid of Bandit, KE charge, or Mute charge with his gadget, and then use that Hard Breach guys to open the wall. But now he has the Gone 6, which means he can even do even more. He's able to get rid of deployable shields, Maestro cams, or even if he can coordinate properly, you can get some of that utility from underneath in that soft kind of destruction.
Yeah, and we're seeing Flabber rocking that alibi again. Last time on that big rotate, we were expecting a lot more from him, Shields, but it didn't actually come in the end. And looking at that setup, Jacob and I believe that is, yeah, Jacob and Swept are going to work together to get Big Tower, while we're going to see Tay, Chuma, and Obawaka working on getting that wall. So Gridlock is already trying to stop that rotate that we seen from Flabber the last time, and with seeing Obawaka playing from Classroom with Sledge, he's actually trying to get a frag here. You know, instead of just using Zofia to try pop up on that, we're seeing Obawaka do it, hopefully trying to pick up a frag with one of those grenades.
Oh, could he get away with it again? There probably isn't. Oh, it doesn't matter. He's able to get Flabber from underneath in that roam game, but they have that Gridlock, and with Gridlock, you're able to block out sections of the map with her gadget, which we're seeing. Oh, poor Crot. He hears him. Wait. He's so close. What's happening? Who's going to win it? Oh, he quick speaks. He tries to get. No, that's not the play. Go for Taylor. Super Shoddy takes out Crot, and that's that 2-man advantage already. This is insane attacks from Team CDO. They are doing so well. Obviously, they did really well last game, but they're on fire right now, Gibson, in a 3-round lead.
Yeah, Obawaka gets the double. It's a 5v2. We spoke. Oh, Chuma taking out Sheridan. Obawaka missing that head by an inch, but we spoke about this before. CDO like attacking. They like bringing, you know, setting the pace of the game. And Gridlock should be dead, but she's still living to fight another day as Swept knifes kills. What a way to go out. And now they shields they go. Is that 3-1 or 4-1 up?
It's 4 with the kill at the end by Swept. That is dirty. And if you have the any of your confidence from getting knifed there at the end will definitely not be good for Kelly's. Like if that happened to me, Gibson, I would be put down. And obviously the pushes have been strong from Team CDO, but I think they're going to take this laundry room supply again, and they're going to be 5-1 up now when they go in defense.
Yeah, it's a tough situation to be in.
Yeah, but look, we have Nook being played by Taylor, probably going to be 6-picking. Yes, he does. We have no idea what that 6-op is going to be. Who will it be? Da 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 da. It is Habana, and Crot will change from the Mute to the Jaeger. But Warden is being played yet again from Kelly. It must be the smokes being played. They're using a lot of utility like that with the Cappy Tau bolts, with, you know, any of the smoke canisters they have in hand. So I'm hoping to see her be able to utilize that a lot better.
Yeah, we haven't seen any pillar plays by the defenders on basement at all, which is really, really disappointing. Those shields have been, you know, where Kells is putting that shield now is where it's been used every round. And if you don't have anyone on elbow, you need a shield on pillar to kind of protect that area of the map. They've literally given it to CDO every single time. And let's just say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Expect CDO to push hard on pillar construction again.
Well, that's the thing, Gibson. If you're going to put so much utility and so much structure on the laundry side, you can't give away blue, which they've done the last 2 times they've held it. But they might be doing it yet again. But it looks like it's only Swept on his Toblerone, so maybe Team CDO expect them to kind of change it. Nah, they're all pushing again. If they can get away with it twice, there's no way they're not going to. They can't get away with it the 3rd time.
But they're going to go for it. So Jacob is droning in Tay. Tay's going to push straight up to try to take out pillar, but there's nobody there again, Shields. And you've already got operators by pillar stairs. This is not the way you gotta play.
Oh man, this breaks my heart. Why is there no one playing pillar? There's no deployables or anything. I don't feel this is a good structure. I think you're going to back me up on this, Gibson. There's no way you should be giving Pillar up so quickly.
Yeah, look, and Tay is going to open up that wall, which is going to force the attackers out. And now he's going to aggressively push it up. Takes out Dottie. What he did there, guys, for those of you who don't know, is he used that breach because they droned out Dottie to force him to move, and he knew that he would pick up the kill on the move. That is a big brain play by Tay, as Sharded takes out Jacob.
Yeah, great pick there to kind of even the side up and just gives themselves a little bit more hope. But they're not giving up that. They do have, you know, Flabber going to Rook, trying to get rid of anyone in that flank, which is Oba. But he's going to be pushing through Freezer this time. There is a few C4s in hand, ready for that plant. But if you were Team CDO, 1 minute 25, just bait out the utility early on and push in the end, which, look, Swept already taking Flabber. Chuma already going for the plant here. A C4 will probably go out and they'll probably replant it. No! Chuma gets away with it, and a C4 goes off, not getting anyone. But a knife going from Taylor, getting Chuma down, Charlotte down to low HP. Low looking again, Gibson as a Team CDO round win.
Yeah, CDO gonna go 5-1 up on this. Kells pulls off an absolute miracle here.
Yeah, it's well, she has the mechanics for it. She's improved so much in the GSL. Oh, doesn't matter. Even if she has the mechanics, Gibbs, I don't think she can get away from the utility play from Team CDO.
Swift picking himself up a double kill in that round. Look, once again, if you don't hold pillar and you can't hold elbow, you're literally giving the round away.
Yeah, and I think that's a bit. I feel the smoke being banned is something huge, but still have someone play there, or have like some kind of delay. Have someone peeking from Pengu. Have maybe one of the side of E-Box held, have a deployable shield on pillar. They literally had no presence there, and it meant someone can take big tower, someone can take pillar, and then they can just get E-Box open, or they can just get, you know, elbow open, and they can get the planted. They literally, Gibson, did the same thing 3 times in a row against this Flabbers defense.
They're making it too easy, and CDO now going on defense with a 5-1 lead. So guys, don't be surprised if this one is over and this game is over in the next 12 to 15 minutes, because it is a tough spot right now for Flabbernators to be in. But looking at what they're bringing out to the table, Kells is going to go Habana. You've got Dottie. They're taking the 2 hard breach, which I do prefer. Krot's going to go Capital. Then you've got the Ash and Sophia. So you have enough utility there to take out both of those walls. But it's very, very important that you cover yourself, because with a 5-1 lead, we might see CDO taking some risks, but I'll tell you one thing when you're talking about risks. Do not peek Attic with Obawaka with using the SMG-11. That is a risk you don't want to take.
Oh, dude, if he gets a few frags in pit in the same position from that week 1, I'll love it. And can we go with an interesting one? You see that first Goyo shield on that master bed here, Trifta? What's cheeky about this one, okay? When you're holding it in a crouch position, you can get a tiny little pixel angle just at the bottom right of that Goyo shield and can take it off. And also, if you level yourself properly, you can get a perfectly placed C4. So I love this. And I don't know which Pro League team brought this strat out, but you know, Team CDO, they definitely put their work in, and it's a reason why they're taking so many rounds on this Oregon map.
Yeah, people much smarter than us have set that up, but the round is now underway. Dottie has the diffuser as always, but he's all by himself, and he could have easily been spawn picked if that's how they were playing. But Tay is in Armory right now, and we're going to see 4 of the attackers pushing Attic. So expect an Obawaka quad kill here with that SMG-11. But Chuma is actually holding it. Obawaka has fallen into kids. But I think more attackers than necessary are pushing from Attic here, Shields. That's Attic to me is a 1 or 2 person job.
Yeah, I do agree, and that's why we always talk about the why Zero is so great to be used, because you don't have to put so many onto that. But I love the use of utility from Team CDO. Playing that, because the meta at the moment is mirrors and deployable shields. You need to get rid of them utility, and I feel like that's why Floors has been brought in to try and counter a little bit. And there is 3, but look, Taylor and Krot, look how close they are. But Taylor is, he just moves in the time. The barbed wire will give away Krot's position here. Taylor will hold it as hard as he can. Because look at this. Look at the defense, Gibson. They're holding the positions a
1000
lot
IQ
longer.
drop. Tay's going to go for the rotate. But he's just a bit too slow. But we do have Sledge on the stairs, so... Sorry, it's not Sledge. Where am I getting
Capital.
Sledge from? It's Capital on the stairs. So Krot, move up, but there's no droning going on here, Shields. He's going to roll straight into Tay. He's going to roll straight into him. And yeah, Tay gets the kill. The lack of drone work was out, but Flabber does get the refrag.
And look, the famous Flabber Claymore will be put down. They have got a bit of out of control by one of Ace's charges being open. But 45 seconds, Gibson. They still have a huge grounds to hold here with all this utility still in play.
It really does. And look, Jacob taking out Sharded. And Flabber, is he able to get another refrag? He is. Taking out Jacob. It's a 3-3, but Goyos have gone off. Trophy was a no-go zone for a few seconds, but we are in a situation now where Flabbernators need to make something happen. You don't want to be at match point 6-1 down. You need to win this round.
Yeah, 100%. It's not about making the right decisions, about making one, and Swept
no.
will get rid of... He wins these! He gets refragged by Swept! Triple kill! He's just better!
Swept so far tonight has been final MVP. Some of the plays that he has picked off have been huge. And it is now match point.
He's just better. He's just on fire right now, and that's it. All that utility in play, and the fact they were holding positions that they shouldn't be giving up certain points. Look at it with elbow, for example. If you're holding elbow, right? You need to hold it as long as you can until you feel you have to push back. You've done your job. If you just delay like a minute, 2 minutes, you've gotten rid of that. You can push back, reinforce, get back in. And that's what Team CDO were doing with their defenses. And that's the reason why the Flabbernators holds didn't work so well. We've seen that, we've seen it perfectly in blue. They let them have pillar. They let them have blue straight away. You're not going to hold that for the end of the game. You're supposed to delay and hold that position as long as you can, push back, and then make Team CDO or make the attackers be vulnerable when time comes into play.
Yeah, they're in a tough spot now. Shields, very, very, very tough spot. It's match point, and not only that, they're at risk now of going 2-0 down in the series.
I feel it's going to be the end here, Gibson. Yeah, I feel you're right. I think it's going to be a 2-0. And I feel the fact that they've gotten this 2-0 lead early in already, Gibson, is not it's not good for the Flabbernators. Because I feel they will start getting nervous, and they will continue, I guess, to make a few more mistakes than they normally do.
Yeah, it's all about being smart now, and they're going to elbow hold here, CDO, without a smoke on the board, which is an absolutely interesting move. Do they have... They actually don't have a shield, though, for the elbow holds, which is an interesting one. But what we will see from CDO that we didn't see from Flabbernators is they will hold pillar. They will not give you up that section of the map, and we always talk about there being 3 sites on any objective. You've got the 2 sites that the bombs are, but there's always a 3rd position of the map, which is just as important. And on this site, it is pillar. So we are going to see CDO with the way that they're set, or Flabbernators with the way they are set up, trying to take control of pillar. Flabber and Dottie droning out Jacob right now, while Kells, Krot, and Sharded are going to work on taking construction. But Chuma is going to stay there until he dies. Drifted, can we check if we have the rotation between into elbow? We do. We do have the rotation, so Chuma will fall back as soon as things get a little too tough.
I like this. I really like... They're just going to drain so much utility, waste so much time. Because look at the crossfires. If someone does run to Chuma, you have Taylor there to protect. If someone runs to Taylor from where Flabber's sitting, you have Jacob kind of to protect him. You have everyone holding angles. And look at this angle that Taylor's holding. I feel he's going to get an early one with that. But look, he's going to be a little bit aggressive, try and take someone in. The utility's already being drained. Flabber will be coming from Big Tower and will probably try and pick off either Jacob or Taylor.
Yeah, and Flabber's going to try swing to take out that pillar, but this is what I'm talking about, Shields. Look at the time delay. 1 minute and 20 seconds already burned off the clock. And this has been the difference from CDO as Krot pushes up and takes out Chuma. but it's too easy for Tay to get the refrag. But Sharded thankfully gets the swing to take him out. It's a 3v4 situation, and now they can take Pillar and move on. But Swept takes out Flabber. Dottie taking out Swept. Frags on frags on frags right now, as they've now got Freezer Wall open too.
Oh, it was great time delay, but it was great, I guess, attacks from Flabber to be able to get them 1v1s. And now, as you said, they have elbow controls. They need to do something about Jacob and Oba, but Jacob still, he has the deployable shield. He has the advantage, but he's running away. No! Jacob, they have elbow control.
Yeah, and they have a drone. So it's a 2v1 situation now, Shields. They have a drone. Drone out Obawaka. You have 47 seconds. Don't do anything silly. And this is what is really, really important for them to do. The teams that use it... Oh, no, there's going to be a... There we go. A Claymore going down. But the teams that use their utility are the teams that usually win.
Oh, did it? Look, it's Obawaka. He was the first weak star that we talked about with SMG 11 in Oregon. This is his playground. He's just been messing with them from the beginning. So it's still literally a 1v1, to be honest, with how skillful he can be. And he has no C4, though, so we have to get that engagement with Charted straight on, which he is going to... Look at that ping!
He's going to clutch it. He's going to clutch it. And just like I said...
Obawaka! You are just better!
My God. Obawaka. That's poor by the attackers, though. That was not a very good cross being held by the Zofia. I think what you got to do there is maybe hold it from Freezer instead. When you hold it from that angle, it makes it too easy. CDO take the win. There you go. 2-0 up in the best of 5. And Shields, so far, as you would say, they're just better.
It was great to be able to bring that statement out from Swep's clutch and then Obawaka's clutch, but they deserve it. They played so well in that Oregon game. They didn't make any mistake. They were able to take advantage of some of the holes that were a bit iffy, I guess, on the Flabbernators' part. And we talk about this delayed game, just played so well, and it was wonderful to watch. But I think it's a bit upsetting here from Flabbernators. They are really, I guess, getting that pressure onto them, which I've not seen from them. Obviously, we talk about them being poor at the very beginning and then how well they are at the end. And they really are still, the pressure's getting to them. And it breaks my heart because they don't deserve to be 2-0 down.
Yeah, it's phenomenal performance by CDO, but Flabbernators, like you said, they're making mistakes. And whenever you get to a final of any tournament, whether there's money involved or not, it's all about the mental game. And CDO are definitely winning the mental right now. They are in a prime position to go ahead and win this tournament at 2-0 up. But the only good thing they have right now for Flabbernators is the fact that they do get to choose the next map, and they will be able to set that pace on attack. But it is a tough mountain to climb for them right now, and they've come up against CDO, which have been the best team this whole tournament. You know, we've seen them lose 3 games out of, I think that is now, I think they've played 14 games, Shields. They've only lost 3 so far, and they are playing for €700. So let's bring our captains back in, and we will get another map, or we'll get another map selected. So we are joined once again by the amazing Tay and the amazing Flabber. So Tay, first off, things going very, very well for CDO right now, but it's key that you don't lose consistency. But can we take a moment to talk about Swept?
He's popping off.
Oh my God. Player of the final so far. But
Swept's a machine.
He really, really is. And Flabber, we had an amazing quad kill by you again on this map, but you just spotted the head of Zofia a second too late.
I couldn't see it blended in.
It's all about siege time. And now look, you're 2-0 down, but you get to choose the next map, so it's not all lost. Which map do you want to play next?
We're going to try our hand at Theme Park.
We're going to go to Meme Park. Let's go. I love these map picks so far, but you guys, we're not going the standard, Cafe, Oregon, Villa. You're going out there. You're doing it. So, Tay, I will let you drop back to your team, and Flabber, I will let you go back to yours. Do we need a delay, or do we need another minute or two? Or are you guys good to go straight away?
Might need a couple of minutes, but
Yeah, we need a couple of minutes too. We got a toilet break.
No worries. You guys can take a quick toilet break. So while you're on the toilet break,
good luck, have fun.
yeah, good luck,
Hey,
guys.
good luck, have fun.
While you're on the toilet break, Shields 2-0 down. It's a mental game. Siege is all about the mental. What do you do if you're the Flabbernators right now to get your head ready to play that third game? And what is a must-win game? There is €700 on the line if you don't win, you know, and this is a must-win game.
Well, if I am the Flabbernators here on obviously the 2-0 deficit, I feel Flabber needs to start talking to his team. He needs to have one of them speeches, motivate his team, be like, forget the last 2 games. Who cares about it? We are on, like, just have one of them inspirational, you know, videos that we play on YouTube, but says it from his perspective, compliment each player, show them in a calm manner where they went wrong, and be like, we're not doing this next game. We're taking them a team park. This is a whole different dynamic map than we've played in Oregon or Skyscraper. Let's take the dubs here and be able to push. Because I keep saying it, they deserve it. They do not deserve to be going 2-0 down here. They're not performing the way I've seen the Flabbernators in the last few weeks. This game, and we've seen it from best, have been even. I know Team CDO have been the favourites from the very beginning, but where both of the teams are in skill-wise is not the way I've been seeing this score. If I'm the Flabbernators right now, get a boost of confidence and go for this win. This should be going to the 2-2, and someone should probably take in the last round.
Yeah. Basically, look, what we've seen a lot of times in this game so far is the team that has properly used their utility has won the round. We speak week over week about how the teams that drone themselves out incorrectly, the teams that use their intel and use the tools that they have at their disposal the best, are going to win the game. You could have the 5 best aimers and the 5 best mechanical players you could ever get, and if you don't strat out properly and you don't use your utility, you'll lose. You know, we've seen this in the All-Stars game, Shields. You went for the strat players, I went for the monkey players in the All-Stars game because we just wanted to kind of put it to the test, and it does prove that proper setups, proper strats, communication, and use of utility beats mechanical ability all day long. And we've seen a poor hold by, you know, the attackers or the Flabbernators when they got that diffuser down, and Obawaka was able to pick up the 2 frags. But if they had have used their drones, Shields, if they had a setup correctly, that would never have happened. If you had one operator and freezer, one drone on the diffuser, which they had, and then the other attacker playing in pillar, you win that round. It's as simple as that. So I want to see Flabbernators working really, really hard at it. And I'm really disappointed in them so far, because we all know that Flabber is an amazing captain. He's a great IGL, but at this minute in time, Tay is just outstratting him. And that's what's happening. So Tay, we call him the R6 analyst. We've got a little bit of an ongoing joke. He improves everybody around him. He has improved his team and brought them up to a level where it genuinely does look like they can't be beat.
Yeah, it really doesn't. They're able to adapt whatever kind of beast brought in front of them, and are able to analyze a plan and able to push forward. And we've seen them use all sorts of operators, so it's not like they can't be versatile. They're not like the same structure. They're able to go, all right, this is what's happening. Let's do plan A. If plan A messes up, let's go to B, let's go to C, let's go to D. They have it all organized, and it's obviously a big reason why they've put in the prep, and it's a reason why they've only had about 3 losses in, and now 2-0 up is a big reason. But at the same time, I know I'll go back to it, I feel Flabbernators are just making too many mistakes. They're playing against a bit too passive than they were normally. As I was saying, as a defensive structure, they're letting them get closer to the objective too quickly. Delay as much as you can. If you can do that, do not let them get pillar control. Do not let them get blue control early on. So I'm hoping they've learned from that. Be like, all right, we messed up. Let's not do it now in the next game.
Take it. Look, at the end of the day, now they're in a situation, the Flabbernators, where every game is now a must-win. They now need to win 3 games on the bounce, Shields, if they want to go ahead and win this tournament, which is why the mental game becomes huge. CDO, they're in a situation now where they can lose a game. They lose a game, it doesn't impact them whatsoever. They're still on match point. So they need to win, they need to win the mental game this time. We're going to be playing on Theme Park. Theme Park is a map where it's pretty linear in how you play it. When people are playing in throne room, you gotta clear out the top floor to make sure nobody's holding either holding barrels or maintenance from above. You gotta drone out the rest of the map and take control section by section to kind of win that first site. And then top floor, it's the exact same. This is a map where it's all about clearing roamers. If you want to win these sites, you got to clear out the roamers. It's very linear. So I think that CDO, in the past on this map, they have suffered from quick pushes. When someone attacks them hard and fast, it kind of catches them off guard. If I was the Flabbernators, I would look back at how Wiston's Woofers took a lot of rounds of them on the site. A couple of other teams have taken a lot of rounds of CDO on Theme Park. Maybe bring some of that into your game, Shields. What do you think? Maybe those aggressive rush pushes could work in this game.
I think it will get them out. That's a really good point, Gibson, and definitely how structured and how much to kind of play behind deployable shields and just cozy in and get the crossfire angles. If the Flabbernators can kind of quickly go, all right, there's only this deployable shield that's in the way. If we can get rid of that and then just straight away kind of push in, and that's where I feel a Gone 6 can be introduced because it doesn't make much noise. It's also the quickest breach and charge. If you use operators that kind of have that, you can kind of quickly push in without them knowing, because you know yourself, Gibson, we kind of learn from mistakes. We learn from past experience to be able to get better at certain circumstances that kind of come in front of us. But with stuff like the Gone 6, we've not been through that yet. You know, maybe they had a few one. They're probably not used to the sound cues that kind of be brought by it. So stuff like that, I guess, will kind of bring them up. But I've not seen the Flabbernators on Theme Park. You know, I've seen Team CDO and they're undefeated on it yet again. So it's going to be a curious one.
Look, every game is interesting. Every game brings its own different little bits and bobs, and every map is different. So when we look at Theme Park, which we're going to just get to in a second, guys, the game is about to start. Drifter just caught us by surprise there, launching that game.
Oh, let me get into stuff. It is Team CDO versus Flabbernators on game number 3. And it is the map that y'all love so much. It is Meme Park. It is the Theme Park. What do we have in front of us right now, Gibson?
So we have CDO versus the Flabbernators. If you have just joined us, CDO are winning the series 2-0. It is a best of 5 with €700 up for grabs. Anyone who is new tonight and doesn't have the background in the tournament, CDO have been absolute mentality monsters. They have won, I think, what did I say? They've played 14 games so far in the tournament. They have won 11 of them. Then looking at the other way around, Flabbernators coming out of nowhere, Shields. They started the tournament 0-2. They somehow, they scratched, they clawed, they bit, they chewed their way into the final, and now they need to scratch and claw and chew their way back into this game. As we see Thatcher and Maverick banned already. So pretty much the same as Theme Park. Mira going out. I'm getting deja vu here, Shields.
Skyscraper?
Yeah.
Kind of vibes. Are we going to see Wamai be the last one?
I don't know,
but... Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. When we see it, last one goes, and it is Wamai! What? Have we gone back in time? Are we playing the first map? This is kind of some weird stuff.
Yeah, it's an interesting set of bans. Like we said, it's not bans you see very often, but they are used. So Maverick and Thatcher being taken out of the equation means that it is going to be down to a Twitch or a Cali to get those walls open, especially on the first site, which is Armory Throne. There's no real verticality plays that you can get in to get rid of those, unless you take a frag grenade into play. Now, we haven't seen them use very many operators in the game so far with frags and Flabbernators. It's been more, flashes and smokes, but we do see Kells popping the sledge. So I'm expecting, I don't know about you, Shields, but I'm expecting them to see them take either barrels or maintenance, try to shoot open the top of the wall, throw some utility in to burn those Jaegers, and then whip in those frag grenades. So Wamai not being able to stop it. That's how you get the breach. But like I said, it is so important that you drone out control room and you drone out towards arcade, because if you do not drone those areas, you will get picked off from above. And with Tay And, you know, we normally would say Tay and, you know, Chuma or Tay and Jacob taking on the first and second entry. Tonight it's been Tay and Swept, so expect to see those two roaming around the map trying to use that verticality. But I like the Aruni pick here, Shields. Aruni is such a great time delay operator, and she has the two of the best guns that defenders can possibly choose as well. With that DMR and with that Roni, she can do a lot of damage. But who do you think is the key player in this game for the Flabbernators? Which of those operators do you think is going to step up and get those first frags, get that first or second entry frag that they need to go ahead and make a mark in Game 3 of this final?
It's going to be the Twitch and the Sophia from Flabbernators. They're going to be pretty much that kind of flex entry, and they are going to be following their teams with the drone work and are going to be the first one to get engaged. What do we talk about with Team Park? It is very roam heavy. The map's huge, and I feel like obviously that's a reason why Crot has brought out the Jackal. So if they're able to ping him out, get either Flab or Crop charted in front of that gunfire, get rid of them earlier on before they get the walls, that'll be huge. But what I'd say is going to happen here, Gibson, we're going to see that kind of drone play, then they're going to get the wall open, they're going to get a few of the, if they want to win, get a few of the roamers taken out. Yellow seems to be the play for them, and then kind of push on from there.
Yeah, interesting enough, they have gone for yellow. Ace has already opened up that section wall with four of those defenders and lockers. We do have Swept playing in bathroom, hoping to get a free kill at some point using that wall to his advantage. But other than that, there's no real attempt at playing any verticality from the Flabbernators here whatsoever. They've opened up that wall, and they're going to now literally play the waiting game. So this is the start. This is the point of the game where it's not necessary to make your move, but sit and wait and see which of the players flinch first to get that first frag.
Yeah, and we're getting it started off. Swept has been drawn out, but he is visual, so they will not know exactly where he is here. 1 minute 30 on the clock, though. I do love the fact that they've gotten the wall open, but as we did kind of start it here, Gibson, they need to get rid of these roamers, because they know Vigil's there, and he can just relax. He can sip on his tea. He has 2 sugars in that one, and he can just kind of wait around. And look, Jaeger's in play as well.
Yeah, so like we said, we do have those roamers around the map, but it's Jacob and Swept that is roaming, so I was wrong on the Tay call. Tay and Obawaka and Shuma are holding the site, but we're going to see Jaeger going down, picking up that first frag, taking out Charted. So we were talking about the yellow push. Now all Jaeger has to do is hold his position as we see some of those attackers now clearing out the top half of the map. And we're going to see another engagement. Jacob can't hit his shots. Falls back to Arcade. He's probably going to try stay there another couple of seconds, then push down Arcade stairs, because now Crot is able to get those hard pings. So yeah, Jacob has now fallen into barrels.
He's done his job. He's gotten a pick. He's already delayed. I don't see Team Flabbernators kind of picking from this. McKelly is on about 5 HP. Takes out Swept, though, with a beautiful. So they still kind of have stuff, but they have to get these entry frags here. But time is going to be their worst enemy.
Yeah, they've got nobody playing that first entry or second entry rule, Shields, which is kind of strange. Obawaka takes the kills. Oh my god, 4 kills in 2 seconds as CDO take the first round. Shields, I'm going to quickly run for a bathroom break if you want to tell people exactly what just happened.
We've seen absolute domination from Team CDO, just taking advantage of Flabbernators, I guess. I don't know, chat, but I feel it's too slow. If you can notice a difference with Team CDO and Flabbernators in these 3 games, is Team CDO are quicker in adaptation. They're able to take control of these rooms very quickly. If they do get the wall open, they'll use that position. Look, Flabbernators did get the wall open on yellow, but they didn't do anything. They stood around the lockers. They just kind of chilled on at 90 and was kind of holding angles. Team CDO kind of learned from that. We're like, well, we'll wait for you to, because as a defender, you want to make the attackers make the first move, because you can just sit back, wait for time. And what kind of happens in that defenders, you're making them make the first mistake, which means if they, mistake. Oh wow, sorry, apologies. Making the first step, and which will lead into mistake. So if they're making that first step, and then you can kind of fall onto that, and then utilize the mistakes that are in hand, and that's kind of what's happening. but the Flabbernators are not making enough decision. How many times do I have to say this, the whole GSL? It's not about making the right decision. It's about making a decision. And that seems to be what Flabbernators' flaw is this entire final.
Yeah, so we talk, you talk about making a decision. Yes, there is a little bit of, they talk about making the right decision and making a decision. It does matter. Decision making is a huge part of the game. So many times we see CDO, as soon as they see an opening, they execute. And it's been the story of them since the very, very first game week. They've been so strong on it. And we're seeing Obawaka putting those bandit charges down in great positions. But look, you're 1-0 down on attack. It's not the end of the world. Flabbernators, yes, it would be nice to win that round, but we spoke before. You've got so many chances to go 4-2 up. Or to go 4-2 down. As long as you get those 2 rounds on attack, in that attack phase, you will be fine. But they need to maybe, as you said, play a little bit more aggressive. Take a little, take some more chances. At this point, you've got nothing to lose.
No. Do something. It must be nerves, Gibson. They're so hesitant on their pushing. Even players like Flabber, for example. I've never seen him so passive in this whole GSL. He's not obviously the most aggressive player, but he will take advantage of the positions when it kind of comes into play. And that's really just not what's happening right now.
Yeah, little mistake there already. We've seen the 2 drones droning out the exact same place together. You need a little bit more until we've got a couple of attackers set to try move into that, that cash office room, pushing over towards Vault. But we've got one at, look at Jackal already in Cafe. But Jacob is holding that angle. They've got a cross from Arcade as well. So they want to make a decision now. They've done a lot of droning. There's 1:30 left on the clock. Swept is going for a big boy rotate, and he will pick up a frag if he keeps it up, because look at that positioning. Is Swept going to pick up the first frag? They've got the little bit of intel. He's moving up the stairs, but he has to fall back because there must have been a ping on that side of the map. Drops back into Drug Lab as Kells takes out Tay. That is a big frag getting Tay out of the game early, and they now take control of cash. Krot taking out Jacob. It's a 5v3 situation already. And look at Flabber's positioning as Krot takes out Swept. This is much, much better. Flabber, he's right there. Flabber, he's behind the vault door, and he's got the shotgun. Oh, this has disaster written it. Shuma is going to get taken out by Flabber as Obawaka takes out Krot. It's a 3v1. We've seen Obawaka in these 1vx situations before, and he has won them. But this time around, I think the attackers are in really, really good positions. And Kells picks up the frag. And there we go. It is 1-1. Game on.
Yes, Flabbernators, this is what I like to see. Seeing where you have to go into the map, take control, quicker and better. Come on, a few more rounds, you can carry yourself and get that mindset in the place where you want to be. We talk about Siege being such a mental game. It's like sports, 50% physical, 50% mental. Siege, esports games, it's 100% mental. If your brain can be your worst enemy right now, and that's what I dabbled on a little bit, what seems to be their problem in the last 2 games. Don't let this 3rd game be it. Because you imagine, Gizem, if they win this game, imagine the confidence they have to catch up.
All you need to do is win one more game, and one more game after this one, and the scores are level. But to quote, two of the biggest poets of our time, you got to be harder, better, faster, and stronger. R.I.P. Daft Punk. But we got to see how this one goes.
Shakespeare of our generation.
Yeah.
Let's get going into round number 3. And yes, I am saying tree with the T-R-E-E. Gibson.
Yes.
All right.
You planting those trees the way that CDO has been planting doubt in the head of Flabbernators all night as we go back to initiation. And the big thing that we seen last time by Flabbernators was the drone clear. The drone clear and map control was way better. So, Shields, what does CDO do this time to counter that? We see them rocking Mozzie because they've seen the drone work was much, much improved. But with the Maestro in play, with the Mozzie, And with the mute, they have gotten so much intel and intel denial. So to me, they are working against the drones this time. They've seen what Flabbernaters did well, and they've gone and adjusted their gameplay accordingly. And this is why they're in the position they're in.
100%, and then you got to give credits to Tay, just having that big brain and able to tell his teammate where they need to kind of go, where is kind of that problem, and get some of that sixer, analysis kind of being brought in. But yeah, same kind of attack. We have Crot and we have Flabber pushing from Cafe side, while Kelly and Dottie kind of a push from Cash and get that kind of a split, because they snipped them very well last time, Gibson. The way they got in control on the top of Arcade, and they got Cash literally at the exact same time.
Yeah, and we're seeing the same attack structure again. Crot moving into Cafe. Jacob going to hold that aggressive angle again from top yellow, but Obawaka is helping him out this time, which is a massive one. So look, taking out the drone, that's good. A little bit more intel denied, and if we look at how things are going now, there's not many drones left for the attackers. They need to use the ones that they have very smartly now, as Chuma is now also rocking around the arcade stairs. So they have really adjusted their gameplay style here, and we're going to see an engagement early. We have someone on arcade stairs. Can they take out Chuma?
Oh, he just shot too early. Yeah.
Too slow.
But he's going to kind of fall back, kind of play arcade stairs yet again and just play a little bit. But he did get thrown from underneath of barrel, so he does kind of be careful. He doesn't get caught in that crossfire. Yeah.
Kel's taking some hits from that Maestro device. And when people do that with a Maestro, it's so distracting. Because you want to take out the Maestro, but at the same time, you want to get kills on people swinging you, but you can't turn your back to it, because the minute you do, you're going to take some HP. And guys, if you're new to Siege, if you look at how they placed it above a hatch, and then they shot out that hatch, meaning that Sledge cannot take it out. As Flabber gets the first frag, taking out Jacob with 42 seconds left on the clock. Shields, they need to play a little bit more aggressively.
Which they're kind of trying to do here. Crot with a little bit of pre-fire, doesn't connect onto any of the heads here, but Flabber will go for that position, try to get Bandit out here. Both of them just kind of, look, Obawak just dancing, but his teammate gets eliminated by Charted.
Yeah, Charted doing bits, but then Swept taking out Crot. Big refrag by Swept right there, bringing it back to a 3v4, but Swept getting the double. Charted takes out Swept. Flabber takes out Obawak. It's a 3v1. They have Diffuser. Dottie, the machine, getting that Diffuser down again. But he's going to get swung on.
No, he doesn't see him. He's right beside him.
The attackers win. Flabber takes out Chuma. But Chuma, if you were a second earlier, you could have won that round for your team.
That scared me, Gibson. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, what a round, and great comeback it seemed from Flabbernators. Have they got their groove on?
Look, on the rounds where they've been attacking first, they have been playing better, and aggression at the right times. They pushed that one very, very close. But you give Dottie an opening on site with the diffuser in hand, he's going to plant it. That man loves a good plant. But what we're seeing from Flabbernators in this game, which we didn't see in the last game, is much better roam clearing. They're making decisions a little bit quicker. They didn't roam clear in the first round, but in the second round, they did. They roam cleared a lot better. They picked up their one, they won their one-on-one gunfights, and they took control of the map section by section. And that all starts from the top. That all starts from Flabber and communication, and they've improved on it. They've improved on it significantly. So what I want to see is more of the same from Flabbernators. I want this game. I don't want this to be a 3-0. I want Flabbernators to win at least 1 or 2 more games in this best of 5 series. So Flabbernators, show us why you're here.
Well, that's it, yeah. Look, show us why you're here. As you said, you are not a 3-0 defeat finalist here against Team CDO. You are either going to take it to the 2-2 split, either win a 3-2 or lose a 3-2. And you can't be, you got to be happy with kind of either one result. But I'm sure they're not going to be happy with themselves, and they'll be definitely thinking about it long and hard if they do lose this last map. But look, they are kind of firepowering it out and giving it their all. It's the reason why they've gotten these 2 rounds into the lead.
Yeah, and we're going back to throne room, which we did see a really, really good hold from CDO. But the reason why CDO were able to hold it so well is because there was no roam clearing by Flabbernators at all. They need to roam clear. They need to get control of that top floor. Jacob swinging yellow stairs and taking out the ace early on in round 1 was massive. And looking at how these attackers are setting up this time, that's what they're going to do. They're going to all take control of the top floor, and section by section clear out the map, picking off roamers as you go, and getting the wall open at the right time.
Well, that's it. Map control is huge in a lot of maps, but oh, the sneaky Kai charge. Oh no! No, oh, Maestro! That utility gain already from Flabber's drone is huge. Getting rid of the Kai charge, which he did actually the last time they pushed it, and now getting a Maestro camera. That's what you like to see.
Yeah, it is. And look at the position here by Jaeger right now in Gong Room. Playing really aggressive as Tay, and this is when Tay's at his best, whenever he does play aggressive, but Sheridan is just better. Takes him out with a beautiful headshot. Obawaka and Maestro, we've got Maestro and Bandit still playing on site. They do have yellow open already, but Shuma holding the tightest of angles right now. But with Taylor out of there, that's one of the roamers. Can you find that other roamer drifter? Can we get that overview to find? Yeah, Jacob is now playing by bottom arcade. Alt walking, yeah, guys. See what he's doing right now? It's called alt walking. If you're new to Siege, this is better than crouch walking. Hold your alt key while you move. You make zero noise while also holding the superior head height angle for winning your gunfights. And right now, we're going to see yellow stairs. Oh, are we going to see an early engagement here? Twitch going down yellow. We have Jacob in the bathroom. No, he falls back. He sprints as well. And importantly, that sprint makes an audio move as well. So Flabbernator knows that he is there. So Flabber is now going to try chase that frag.
But look, his presence alone, just being there, will definitely delay so much and make it, I guess, scary for the Flabbernators in their push into white. So if I was Flabber and Ace, I would really try and get rid of this vigil early on and push together, which we're going to see right now. Going for it, but placement of his crosshairs wasn't great. Jacob will win it and win another one! Double kill! Jacob on fire with this Roman!
Yeah, Jacob doing his best to win the round for his team. Swept takes out Dottie. It's a 4v2 and Kel's just too far offside. It's going to run straight into Bandit. Charted takes out Bandit, but not enough time on the clock as Swept picks up that token kill at the end of the round as CDO level it at 2-2 each.
That was a beautiful roam game. Definitely with losing your first man, which was Taylor early on from Charted. I don't know. I know obviously Armory and Throne is a very difficult site to push. It feels like a very defendered favor, definitely of all the objectives in Siege. But I don't know, man. If they're getting the wall open, but they can't seem to get they haven't got one man in the objective the last two pushes they've had here. So Team CDO just able to take advantage of that and. No roam. If you can't have the whole map presence, you're kind of letting Team CDO kind of play with you for a good bit.
Yeah, and you've still got momentum. You've got the 2 round shields we spoke about. If Flabbernators needed to win 2 rounds, if they wanted, on attack, if they want to give themselves a chance on defense, they have done that. Can they go ahead now and win a 3rd or even a 4th? This is what you got to think about from Flabbernators' perspective. You got to play aggressive. You've got the 2 rounds you needed. You can take some risks now. Try to get, try to be greedy. Try to grab those extra rounds that you're not supposed to get on attack and put yourself into a fantastic position on defense. And I think that they've finally come to life in this game. I think it's taken them 2 games. Maybe the nerves were there in game 1 or game 2. But what I've seen in game 3 from them so far is a much, much improved Flabbernators. But is it too little, too late?
I'm just going to run to the toilet real quick, Gibson, if you don't mind continuing.
No worries at all. So, looking at the setup, they've gone for initiation again, and really what we've seen on this site was Flabbernators roam clearing to perfection, and they're going to try do that again. The defenders, interesting enough, Jacob is going to go for the vigil again. Swept is rocking the Goyo, so Maestro not in play this time around, but with Chuma using the castle, they are going to try to delay a little bit longer than they did the first 2 times, and that could be key here. Delaying the Flabbernators and picking up those kills in the one-on-one gunfights could be exactly what they need to do. And I love these little head heights they're making as well. Drifter, keep up the amazing work. So if we can see where those attackers are now spawned from at the start of the round to get an idea of what way they plan on attacking here. So the attackers now a little bit split up. You've got Flabbernator over by Cafe. We don't have the Jack. We've got Crot on the Jackal again, which worked so well. As Sledge now breaching that door into Cash, but Dottie and Flabber are going to work together. Dottie has to do the drone work here. He is the diffuser. He cannot afford to lose it. If CDO know they've got diffuser down, they will win the round. Jacob roaming around, hiding in the back of Drug Lab with the Vigil. Very important that he's very tactical with when he uses his ability. Never use your ability if you don't hear a drone, is my kind of opinion at the start of a round, because you don't want, you know, if you ping up on the drone that there's a Vigil around, they're going to aggressively haunt you. But you've got Goyo there on Arcade. Jacob now kind of pushing still around that Drug Lab area of the map, but we do have a little bit of aggressive control here already at top of Dragon Stairs with Zofia trying to get a free kill. Sledge really aggressively pushes into Cash. We're going to see a potential attempt at a swing here as the Jaeger now pinned up against that wall. So those attackers definitely pushing heavy from Initiation and Cash Room, while the other two, but we see Jacob getting a beautiful frag on Crop, but he's refragged straight away by Charted. That's where the, you know, that's where those 3-2 splits come in so handy, Shields.
Well, that's it. It's all about getting that refrag potential. I feel like better.
That one tap by Tay is beautiful.
Good night, Jordan. Tay has woken up from the grave, but he's not. He's going to cast his curse.
He's fallen
Kelly.
asleep.
Romeo Juliet. Juliet comes in favor there and gets rid of him. But Chimado, with that refrag, there's still 3 defenders left compared to these 2 Flabbers attacks. Gives you.
Yeah, and then
Never mind.
Flabber takes out Tubes. It's a 2v2. So Swept and Obawaka now, they're both on the other, you know, towards the other side. So as things stand right now, there's a very, very good opportunity for Flabbernators to sneak in and pick up a kill, but they've got 13 seconds. I don't think they have... It's going to be a tough one. Obawaka trying to get a free kill, holding the door. Look, there's the C4 thrown. 2 seconds left. They're going to lose the rounds. Yeah, defenders take the win because yeah, they got no side control whatsoever.
Oh, that's... I thought they may have just sprinted in and get time, but yeah, you're right. Oh no. You see that, Gibbs? Flabbernators thought it was the other side.
That is poor. You've got drones for a reason. You need to work that out.
I love the fact that we've seen the Taylor one tap. He obviously got the award for best player of the GSL. That was well deserved. You know, he's a great IGL, a great individual player, and we're seeing, you know, spotlights like Dak Gibson is the reason why he's played in such high competitive play, and he could be, you know, the first season of the GSL winners if they continue doing as they are doing already.
Yep, and they're, you know, they're going the right way about it. They've got their 3 rounds on defense going into that last round. Can Flabbernators make it 3-3, or are they going to carry the 2 rounds that we say is the bare minimum whenever they go on to defense? The big issue here, and we've said it time and time again, is the fact that CDO are an attacking team. They like attacks because they can set the pace and they can play the game at their own speed. And yeah, I think they need a 3rd round, Shields. I think they really, really do need that 3rd round.
I couldn't agree more, Gibson. It's kind of, we talk about the 4-2 split, but it feels like it's a whole different level when it comes to playing against Team CDO. You kind of want to have the 4-2 split if you're in, I guess, if you're in the defense against them, you want to get 4. But as you said, it's quite impossible for Flabbernators now. So if they get that 3-3 split, they'll be in a lot better position because there's no doubt about it. Team CDO will take a few attacks, and we've seen how dangerous they have been in Theme Park.
Yeah, definitely. So look at this. Kel's picking up that drone. We talk about it all the time. Save your drones. Intel makes you better. Kel's doing a great job. And look, the attackers only lost 1 drone in that whole phase, Shields.
That's pretty good. You're able to get whatever the objective is with that first drone, and you're able to push on. But what I'm kind of curious with, Swept going to Frost this time. Please tell me they're not going to fall from what happened
here we
last
go.
time.
Here we go. Tay getting in that first engagement, going for the 1 tap, but not getting it. But look, guys, if you look at the setup right here, he has the shield and he's got 2 Jaeger devices. He is not going to get fragged out or flashed out of this position. He is there until he either A, gets a frag, or B, decides it's just getting a little bit too hot to handle and he will fall back. And we're going to see the first engagement. Kells takes him out, like you said. Juliet again taking out her Romeo. Guys, for those of you who don't know, you're probably getting an idea what we're talking about here. But Kells now has vertical control, popping off that floor, and Dottie has now lost his 2nd drone, but the attackers with 1:30. We see Krot getting injured. Can they get the revive, or is he going to get taken out?
I don't know if is it a frost mat that kind of caught him, or no, he got his blood going out. So no, you definitely kind of get down. But he did get revive here. They're going to try and get someone Flabber taken away from his team, being a good team captain. But Charlie getting rid of Jacob. That's the roamer. So Ken Obawaka. Oh,
Obawaka with a big flank gets the double.
Stop that right now. That is bold. You're on TV right now. Do you know this?
Obawaka has been, he started the tournament phenomenally and he's played very well the whole tournament, but tonight he is popping off. But Dottie gets that refrag, giving the attackers the numerical advantage again. And we're going to see Dottie, he can't control the recoil, and they're going to miss another opportunity at picking up a kill.
Yeah, so it's now, 3 of these attackers versus 2 defenders, but they gotta be careful they don't hit any of these frost mats, legion mines, or any other utility, but they're trying. Oh no, Kelly misses shot 2! Can Dottie don't get Shuma out of position and be able to get that fry, because they don't want to leave it too early, but it's still, look, 20-second meta coming into play, but 3 smoke canisters. That's gonna be huge here.
Oh, Swept, what a beautiful shot on Uncharted. Taking him out using the cocaina as his little pixel, but it's a 2v2. They know exactly where they are. Swept's going to get a frag. Chuma takes out Kills, and time is up as Chuma takes out Dottie.
Chuma clutches it the round with Swept to take that round win. Look at that. Like, that skin is so beautiful. I really love that new season skin that Ubisoft. And they've done a great job, I feel, with all these little additions. But great round there from Team CDO. And
we need to pause it. No, we don't with Pobbers back. But Shields, let's look back. There was 2 whiffs in that round. 1 by Kells, 1 by Dottie. And if they had have picked up those frags, they would have won the round. They had the opportunity. It has to be said, it was a little bit of a choke in that round. That round was there to be won.
Yeah, it's quite upsetting, really. Definitely with that 1-man advantage. But that's the... Actually, no. Let me go back. Yeah, there was a big choke with Dottie missing a free kill on the Frost. Then Kelly missing a free kill on the Chuma. And then Dottie yet again on the Chuma. Like, we could talk about so much utility still being at play with Chuma, the 3 smokes, and, Frost mass deployables. But if you can't hit your shots, I'm sorry. You got it. A siege could be a tactical game, but it still comes down to aim at a lot of the circumstances.
Yeah, and another thing in that round, which was a massive bit of momentum, was Obawaka getting that positive trade. He took 2 of them out before he got taken down himself, and it's about those positive plays, guys. Getting that neutral trade where you go 1 for 1. It's good. Yeah, it's good for the team, but if you can trade out in a positive 2 for 1, you've done yourself you've done your team a massive favor, especially when you're on that roam.
Yeah, he did. That was really well played. Like, taking everyone that was in Throne Room, getting them absolutely eliminated. So, yeah, round goes to him, Chima, and Swept from just really good play. But, look, it's now the switcheroony. We have Flabbernators from the attack going to the defense, and Team CDO going from the defense to the attack. And that's when we start seeing different players being brought out in the spotlight. Some people in certain maps and objectives are better at attacking or are better at defending. So let's see, we'll have a taster, let's say, in the first and second round to kind of see who will take the game at the end.
Yeah, and Tay taking a lot of damage early on in that first engagement. 1 HP in a dream already. Kel's going to get an engagement with Tay again. But really, really big thing to notice, or that we've noticed straight away, is the fact that they are pushing heavy from this east side of the map. Gong Room and Cash above is where they're going to play. But another thing to note is the fact that Flabber made some little head heights by default plant to stop default. But Jacob's going to try swing kills, and he takes her out. It's now a 5v4 situation.
No, Kelly. I think, see, once she was getting an engagement straight on there, Gibbs, she should have pushed back before they were able to get that advantage, and that's kind of what happened. But trying to use the reflex sight on the UMP instead of 1.5, and that's definitely a curious one. I feel the 1.5 on that gun makes it a little bit better than it once was, so making yourself have that 1.5, you're putting yourself in a little disadvantage than what could have happened.
Yeah, and look at Chuma aggressively pushing up towards side now, taking out Dottie. The 5v3 situation now. Is Charter going to be able to take him out? No, he's not. He does a little bit of damage to him, but Tay and Shuma low HP. So even though you're 2 men down, you still, you know, 1 bullet, 2 bullets changes everything in Siege. And we see him take out Swept. So that's 1 down. He's going to get pushed though. And he gets another. It's a 3v3 now. Tay 1 HP. Diffuser is down as well, but he's not going to know that because it is Pro League strats. Obawaka now trying to find any roamers. Not going to fall for that alibi, but attackers now need to try get that diffuser as Jacob wastes utility trying to get rid of that shield.
There's no one playing against it anymore with the reposition, but Obawak will kill the reposition, but Flabber with a beautiful angle takes out Tay with a headshot, which is quite funny because he was on 1 HP, so it wouldn't have mattered. But will he get another one? He does try to take him out. There is 40 seconds, so he has to delay. He tries to pre-fire the sledge, charted with the assistance to get his teammate on, but it looks like he knows the position.
Beautiful shot by Flabber. Makes it a 2v1 situation. Jacob in initiation doesn't have diffuser. Defenders play passive. Oh no, he's going to get it. Is he going to get a cheap kill here? Oh, he wins these. It's a 1v1. They're giving him easy frags, shields. You can't afford to do it. He's going to get taken out by Sharded. So Flabbernators pull 1 back, but shields. Flabber nearly threw that round by giving Jacob a free kill.
Oh, yeah, it was that Sharded Zilla versus Jacob Kong, and it looks like Godzilla did just take the victory in the end, and that was a tight round, Gibbs, and that literally could have went any way. And this is what this game in particular has been, just quite even either side. We really do not know who's going to take that victory, and it's good to see Flabbernators, you know, showing why they are so strong here. But we're going to have a little short pause here, if that is okay there, Drifter. So we'll probably move to kind of camera side, and we'll kind of just continue on kind of talks of what this game kind of, I guess, has been for us, Gibson.
Yeah, so it's been really, really kind of counter punch so far. Flabbernators winning 2 on attack, now on defense, won their first round. But we've seen this tonight already with the Flabbernators in that sort of situation. By the way, guys, I have seen all of the subs, the follows, the bit donations, I've seen everything tonight, guys, and we really, really do appreciate it. But we do have alerts turned off tonight because it is the final. The players are playing for €700 shields, and right now, CDO have 1 hand on the money.
Is my camera like that for you right now? Is it continuing to be like that? Yeah, it's still like that. Well, it's perfect on my end. What? Me confused!
What? Remember, Shields, if you're watching this... Oh, yeah, I see that. We've got a little bit of pixelation now, but...
Oh, there we go. Perfect back.
It is fine. So, Flabbernators they don't seem to be as comfortable on defense, Shields, against CDO, because we've spoken in the past about how Tay likes to push the agenda and play attack at his pace. And it is so hard to defend against a side that are so confident on attack, because you can do nothing to affect the pace on defense. It is solely set by the attackers. All you can try to do is delay as long as you can, but if the attackers are aggressive enough, they're going to completely wipe out those delay tactics. Now, looking at how some of the players are playing right now, Drifter, could we get a little overview of the stats, just so we can kind of get an idea of, you know, who's performing what way? But Obawaka now going 6-5 and Jacob going 7-5 are a massive reason why CDO have won 4 rounds. But looking at the other side, you've got Flabber going 7-4, Charted 9-4, and Kells 5-4. So Flabbernaters are getting a lot of frags. Shields, they're just not winning the rounds. And it is literally the team that's been more intel utility based have won the round so far, and it should now be 4-3 to Flabbernators, with those massive errors by both Kells and Dottie. Missing those 2 easy kills puts them in a situation now where they're chasing the game.
Unfortunately, it comes to that little mistakes, and that's why you'll see the better players in the higher ranks and even in the esports scenes. The ones that will win, you know, the competitions is the ones that could be more consistent. Obviously, you do have to get to a certain skill cap and be able to adapt, be able to try out new things and outsmart your teammates. But if you're not consistent enough, you can't be that player that does well every 5th game. You'd rather be that player that does kind of average, kind of good in some sort on most games and accountability. And maybe that's kind of what's happened. These people are not used to that kind of pressure being brought in, and it kind of has affected it a little bit, and they just can't take the advantage. But look, the mistakes were there. Let's hope that they won't do it again, and they can start hitting their shots and get a few lovely one-taps for the audience, and maybe take the victory in this 3rd map.
Yeah, so going on now to round 8 of this game. The timer is now ended. We are ready to go. And yes, Doomsday, they do need to convert those frags to round wins. And we say this all the time. KD means nothing. Well, it means a little, but it doesn't mean as much in Siege as people think it does. Rounds won and your win percentage is way more important than your KD, because some players play support. Some players literally don't play to get kills. They play to get their teammates kills. And CDO have done that quite a bit tonight, Shields.
Yeah, really have done. I'm definitely kind of curious to see how they're able to attack.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
What are objectives on it? Going Armory and Throne Room, which obviously I talked about it earlier, but one of the easier objectives, actually in rank play, to be able to hold, and has a very high win rate. So will Team CDO go the same kind of way Flabbernators did? Go for that bit of, well, they didn't go for vertical, I guess, but, you know, go for that yellow wall, or will they kind of get a split open, get barrels open, and maybe get initiate or maintenance open as well, and get the crossfire in the throne room and get it planted? That's what I'm interested in, Gibson.
Yeah, so I think you've really hit the nail on the head there. I know that's a phrase that you say wrong quite a bit, but you really did hit the nail on the head there. And with the setup that they now have, defending that throne, that throne room, we do have a couple of roamers, and we talk about this all the time. Roam clearing is so important on this map. This isn't a map where you can just go in and frag out and win the game. You need to roam clear. You need to take control section by section and win the game. And look, we've got that drone work going in already. Look, 2 drones trying to find those roamers, as we have literally the bane of every defender, as Ash and Sophia are pushing in on 1st and 2nd frag as Tay takes out kills straight away. So that is an early frag. One of the roamers down. We've got another roamer, though. It does look like Flabber is top of yellow stairs, hoping to get another easy frag, but with the way that these attackers are droning out, they will spot him eventually. So Ash now pushing up towards that double door, pre-firing everything, guys. Literally pre-firing every corner as Flabber now falls back down yellow stairs.
Look at that from Sledge. Once that utility was given on the top of yellow, there was a pre-fire through the wall bang and even a quick pick from Ash to be able to get rid of anyone that was beat in play. But Flabber will rotate, which is probably not a bad idea there, Gibson. You know, you've getting rid of... Oh! D4 goes boom!
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you've got a couple of C4s in hand and you know there's a sledge above or, you know, operators trying to play verticality, you usually do get a freebie. And they took out Tay, which is a massive freebie to get. So 4v4, minute and 10 left. The attackers still playing that verticality. At some point, they are going to have to try take control of that site. So they've cleared all the roamers. Now you need to start moving the site. We've got Flabber, I think, holding lockers right now, hoping to get another freebie, and they're going to have to drone him out. But with 52 seconds left, left shields, they've opened the hatch down towards split. What?
It's the Flabber. Where Flabber's position right now is, I think, is going to be the difference in this team CDO push. I feel if he can get some early picks, he will kind of put them in a better position. But oh, he's just look, he's taking his time. He's waiting to see if he can get 2 picks.
Oh no,
no, he's
Flabber!
not. No, he's not. He's going. Oh, that's the fuser.
Big kill right there. Flabber, yeah, look, they're pinging it out. They know they've got the fuser. Swept takes out Dottie. It's a 3v2, but in a 3v2 situation, if you have diffuser with 14 seconds left, 12 seconds left, they've got diffuser now.
10 seconds to go.
They've got diffuser. It's a 3v1, but he has to get on site, and Swept wins it, takes out Flabber. CDO win round 8. And is that 5-3?
I'm not gonna lie, but that is quite funny. Just seeing the Sledge yeet a nade and then just run past Flabber, get the diffuser and run back off. But really, really well played. But I felt Flabber, I guess, should have been a little bit more patient. It was one of them kind of situations, I guess, Gibson, where it's like, is that the right decision to make? But with a 2-player, you know, you're 2 players down, it's very difficult to kind of, I don't know, get back into things. Definitely if you're kind of holding a position in lockers.
Yeah, Flabber's going to be disappointed that he lost that too, though, Shields. Let's be real, Flabber usually would win those situations. If he had just fallen back an inch or 2 behind the locker, I don't think that they had time to get through that rotate and get the plant off. So, little bit disappointed by Flabber, but there were positive signs there. They did a fantastic job of time delay, but great job by Jacob of unconventionally frag chasing. So when people say frag chasing, it means if you throw a frag, run after it, because the chances are that the defender is going to turn their back and run away, and it's normally a free kill. Now Jacob unconventionally threw the frag in one room and ran and got the diffuser. So it worked. It really worked.
It really did work. It was really nicely played. So look, this round, Gibson, is going to be the most important round of this whole game. If Team CDO win this, I feel they might have it in the bag. It might get to that match point, and they're able to kind of just secure it from, I guess, the nerves of the Flabbernators. But if the Flabbernators can get this round win on the fence, I feel they're probably more confident to get to that 5-5 split. I can either take it to 7-5 or see a Gibson stream overtime match point.
Nah, the finals on my channel, guys, is going to be over after 3 games. None of the games are going to go overtime. We'll all be wrapped up by 10:30 and tucked into bed. But no, it's been an interesting game right now. We've seen a lot of good from Flabbernators. We have seen at times flashes of why they've made it to the final, but we have seen, you know, if it's flashes of Flabbernators, we are getting, you know, double portions of CDO and why they've made it to the final. They have been phenomenal all tournament long. They've put themselves in a situation now where if they win 2 out of the next, 2 out of the next 4 rounds, they've won. They've got it in the bag. So Flabbernators now, this is where, you know, you start to get nervous. This is where the mentality thing really comes in. And we're going to see Dottie trying to get this early, you know, holding this aggressive angle towards break room. But with that being Iana, Iana's now, you know, as your resident window king, as Flabber takes out Obuaka, Iana's not really built for repelling on windows. It's more playing on hatches or playing by doors, if we're being real.
Well, definitely the use of her utility, definitely her Ayana. You know, it can be them drones that you kind of play and you're able to get much utility out of it. And definitely with stuff like a Rudy charge, but a C4 will go out for Valkyrie and it will take out Swept. Oh, Flabbernators catching up here with a 2-man advantage. This is really, really well played, but these Team CDO are still going to be holding their positions and they ain't going to give up here. The diffuser is down, so they do need to pick that up, but Taylor, aggression goes in. Oh, look at that placement by Flabber. He did place it earlier, but he gets wallbanged by Flabber.
Flabber playing really, really well, but Jacob taking him out. So Jacob in a 4v1. Don't one-on-one him, guys. It's really important. Just hold your angles. You know where he is. Don't give him 1v1s. Don't peek. Stop it. Stop it. We're seeing the attackers peeking, and this is where CDO pull rounds back.
Well, that's the only reason a 1vx situation can happen if you let him get for the 1v1s. Do you know what I mean? If you play the crossfires, which you were saying, you're able to win it. But look, great use of camera work there with Charted, pre-firing, swinging, taking out Jacob to win it. So that's the 5-4 split, Gibson. This is not over yet, to say the least. If Flabbernators can just continue the success that they're having, since they're on defense, they do have that high ground, but what will these last few rounds show us, and who will take the bag? Will Team CDO win it in the end, win on Team Park, which means they win the GSL Season 1, or will Flabbernators catch up and win this map, and then take it to the next one?
Yeah, this is the big round right now. If Flabbernators win this, they will be so confident, but if they lose, it's just going to be so deflating going 6-4 down. So they'll want to win this one, because at least this way, if they win this round and lose the next, they've only got one round left to play and they have to win it. So not the worst situation in the world to be in, but Flabber has been popping off on Alibi this game. If we get a look at the stats drift to see how things are going right now, but look at that. Flabber 10-6, Charted 10-5, and you got Kells on 7-5. Like, from a fragging perspective, Flabbernators are actually, you know, their top 3 are out fragging CDO's top 3, but it's just the objective play. CDO have played objective better and they've won more rounds because of it.
Well, that's it. If you're the defending team, it's about time delay, not about getting rid of the enemy team. If you're the attackers, it's not even about getting the enemy team either. It's about getting into that objective, putting that diffuser and holding it as long as you can before it gets re-diffused. And that's what is happening when it comes to kind of the comparison-wise of the frags. So, look, round number 10, if Team CDO will take this round, that means they will be in that match point, which puts Flabbernators on that kind of 3 rounds to try and take it on. But if the Flabbernators do win this, that'll be that draw that was the first time we're kind of seeing with that 5-5 split.
Yeah, so Sharded playing an aggressive little angle here. They've got that little rotate between the sites you love to see, but 3 of those attackers already swinging onto that Cash Dragon Stairs balcony. They're in a great little position.
Oh my god, no!
Oh, not like this. Not like this. Not like this, please.
He didn't. How did Crotch survive?
Oh, he's not. No, he's dead. He's gone.
Dead now. Yeah. Once I seen him move his legs there, Gibson, I was like, that's it. He's gone. Poor timing. And that siege timing that happens yet, like day in, day out. I love them. Oh, yeah, that's absolutely hilarious. But look, they're going to be pushing from cast side, getting as much intel as they can before kind of pushing in to kind of vault, as it seems. They obviously have the sledge on the window that Ash had before and will hold their cross as they kind of move in forward. We have Ash charge going out to kind of give a line inside of that split. There is a Valk camera and one of them scents going off as Ash presses in.
Yeah, so Ash now going to hold that tight angle while Ace pushes in to try get the wall. We've got Jaeger holding an aggressive angle right now, but he has to fall back. Jaeger, do not give a free frag away. Last time we seen Sharded in this vault, we seen some big plays. Shields, can Sharded pop off like he did last time? Because he's going to have to in this situation. He's been droned out. And look, you hear the barbed wire being... Oh my god, Flabber. the snake plays by Flabber, getting rid of their own barbed wire for the benefit of the team. He might pick up a free kill here.
Oh, maybe that shot could have kind of given his position away, but he's going to rotate into his rotate. Smoke will go out. He will sit by midi bar and kind of hold his angle, but a nade goes into Chard and Obawaka yet again getting the kill. But look, oh my god, look how close Ace is to Flabber. Oh my. Oh.
They've got diffuser. He has diffuser. Flabber gets taken out by Obawaka. It's 4v2. 3v2. Kels gets the kill, but diffuser's now going down. Our CDO about to go on to match point right here. Diffuser is now down. Swept still holding the player on the shield. Swept just has to waste time here. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Swept doesn't need to chase this kill. He just has to waste time and keep that castle right where he's at. Kels takes out Tay. It's a 2v2. Now Swept. Swept, don't give them a free kill. Obawaka still on the window.
Oh my god, it's gone so long! One of yous kill each other, but Kelly going for the defuse, but Obawaka won't let it. That is a triple kill by Obawaka. And Donny, finally! We see something, but Team CDO have this round advantage after this. An absolute epic battle. Can Donny win it just to get a kill for himself? But no, Obawaka! What?
Yeah, huge round, and they, you know, with the cameras that they had, Obawaka was on the window. Kels could have just ran up there and diffused with nobody noticing. I might have got a free diffuse off shields, but hindsight is 2020. That gunfight between Dottie and Swept, even though Swept lost, he played it to perfection. He literally wasted about 30 to 40 seconds of that diffuser time. Shields, huge plays.
Whole engagement between Donny and Swept was just gone on for so long. Thankfully, Donny did get it in the end, but you know, you did say it. That's all Swept had to do. It wasn't about getting the frag. It was just delaying, which he did perfectly. And then Obawaka could just kind of sit still in the objective while just taking anyone that goes in front of him. He got the double kill. He got the nade Uncharted. He got Flabber. Then he got Kelly. Then he got, you know, Dottie in the end, and really well played. But that's now Team CDO on match point, and we keep talking about how scary match point is. Look at Team CDO. One round away from winning it all, putting an end to Season 1 of the GSL. They might feel the pressure of that, Gibson. How many times have we seen it in any esports, any sports, where it only takes one more round, and that's when they start choking?
Yeah, don't say that. It's emotional, guys, that this could potentially be the last round of Season 1 of the GSL. Lads, here we are, Flabbernators. The whole world is backing you right now. Even the players who want CDO to win want Flabbernators to win one game at least. They want this night to go on.
Oh, 100%, Gibson. So let's see what kind of setup we have in store. We have Dottie going for the castle yet again. Krot on the mute. Alibi, which is played by Flabber. Weirdly enough. Chard on the Jaeger. And Kelly on the Valkyrie. So kind of exactly the same as what we've seen before. But how will they play it out this time? Will they try out some new stuff? Will they try and get some early picks from Team CDO? And will Team CDO push from cash yet again? Which is what they keep on doing. So, come on, Flabbernators, don't let them do the same thing again.
Yeah, look, it's the exact same setup again. A little bit of verticality plays, pushing through cash, drone yourself in. Defenders need to be looking at this and thinking pre-placed C4s, maybe a couple more cams. You know, it's not too difficult to counter this. All you got to do is wait for that motion detector to go off and push G. Bomb. Boom. One player down. Oh my god, Tay. Taking out Flabber with an amazing one-tap. What a shot.
If this is the last round, to do that in the last round, Taylor, stop.
Absolutely beautiful kill. They've got control of cash. They've got the wall open like they have every other time. It's a 5v4 situation. Oh my god, it's CDO. I've said it before, they're just mentality monsters.
They just know how to be calm and in like any pressure that kind of be brought to them. And now they have that one-man advantage, and they can kind of continue on suit while they get the info on these defenders. A drone will come into Krot, will give away his position on the bomb chassis. So someone will swing him and be able to take him out. We even have nades, but Jacob taking the position of, but he gets rid of Krot! No! Donnie got it down though. Will he continue? 1 minute, 8 seconds. Jordan and Donnie versus the world. This is the most important round of your lives of the GSL Season 1. Will you give up or will you keep fighting?
Yeah, so Dottie, and can you get another kill? Diffuser is going down. Tay doing it all, getting that diffuser down. Oba gets the double. It's a 5v1 sharded. Oh, look, they're going for one taps now. This is cruel. This is cruel.
I think this is the end of the GSL. Let's enjoy this final round. Charlie getting the headshot on Tay, but finally gets refrag from Jacob. And that is now Team CDO Season 1 champions! Da, 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 da,
Oh my god.
da, 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 da.
And just like that, guys, CDO win the first ever season of the GSL. And what can I say other than the fact that the best team won? It's, you know, you don't like to say it, but the best team won. And you gotta say they were phenomenal from week 1 all the way through to what is now, I think, week 16, Shields. I think we've gone all the way through to week 16. But
Yep.
man,
That's
what a show that these guys have put on for us all tournament long. Obawaka with the plays, swept, coming in huge when he was most needed. But CDO, they're just better. They win the first ever season of the GSL, and they have won themselves a prize pool of over €700. Now, bear in mind, guys, some of that prize pool has already been paid out to, or will be paid out to Max. But Shields, are you emotional? Are you sad?
Did you not hear my voice in that last round? I was like, Jordan, Donnie, keep going. Don't let it go. Don't let it be the last round in the GSL. No, Jordan goes down. Donnie too. Congrats, you know, to Team CDO. They deserved it. They were able to adapt whenever needed. They played their cards right. The intel game, they were able to push in the objectives very, very quickly. You notice if they see cafes clear, they push cafe. If they see the top of arcade stairs clear, they push top. And that was the same in every single map. They adapted to any of Flabbernators' holes. And it's a big reason why they've been since it is, you know. Tay obviously knows stuff that we don't know. And that SMG silencer as well, you know. It's...
Well, guys, that kind of concludes what has been an incredible journey over 12 weeks. We set up this tournament. Myself and Shields started talking about it. We brought in Drifter and Crot because we wanted to give some people something to do on a Monday and Tuesday night. And we wanted to see if there was appetite for a league, a Siege league in Ireland and the UK that wasn't like a T4, T3 league. And I think it's been a phenomenal success. I don't know what we're going to do on our Mondays and Tuesdays anymore. It's kind of sad, but guys, before the stream ends, we will give more information on Season 2. And guys, remember, anybody watching can take part. All you got to do to take part in Season 2 is not be a cheater and be level 50. It's as simple as that.
No matter the rank. We literally... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say... No, go ahead. Go ahead, Shields.
I said, no matter the rank, we make the team. So obviously, depending on the numbers that we had. So let's go example here. What happened in Season 1. It's going to be the same thing in Season 2. So we had 35 players being played. 7 captains and 28 players to choose from. So we had all the captains getting their tier 1 kind of picks. They went through it. Then, you know, the last person of the pick would get all the tier 2s, and it kind of went in that way. So we try and make each team as balanced as balanced as we can to kind of start it up. So guys, as I said, if you're lower rank to the highest rank, take part. It is 3 rules to Gibson up. No cheating. And obviously level 50, and you have to be exclusively EU, because unfortunately, I wish it didn't exist, but ping is a big deal, definitely in Siege.
Yeah.
And don't be toxic, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We allow banter. We love a bit of banter between the players. It kind of makes things really, really good. But we are going to chat to our captains again before we wrap up. So, yeah, Doozy, if you didn't know, these teams had never played together before the GSL started. The captains picked the teams out of the existing pool of players, which was huge. Now, I'm waiting on Tay to send me his sneaky little camera for... Oh, he doesn't want to go on cam. No worries. Tay doesn't want to go on cam. Well, first, look, we'll bring in Flabber first. Obviously, he's going to be a little disappointed, but let's have a little talk with Flabber. So, Flabber, my man, first off, let's not be negative at all. Congrats on making the final of the first ever GSL. You might not have gotten the win in the end, but oh my god, the journey that you guys had was phenomenal. To go from 2 losses at the very start to get into the top 2 to make it to the final, you guys are the people's champions, in my opinion. You literally are the people's champs. You've been a phenomenal captain. The improvement that you have helped your team members, you know, the journey of improvement your team has gone on has a lot to do with you and the leadership you have shown. So massive credit to you first, Flabber. You definitely deserve it. We love you to bits, and what a tournament your team played.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how we played. We ran 2 games. The first 2 games, we only picked up 1 round in total. And after that, we just pulled it back. I'm really happy and proud of how everyone's performed.
Yeah, you were really, really were phenomenal, and I've loved getting to know you over the course of the last 16 weeks as well. It's been a hell of a journey. You've been so entertaining, and because of that, we really hope to see you in season 2. We really do. And is there anything you want to say to your team or to the people viewing about, you know, your experiences with the GSL, your experience playing with your team, and how you got to where you are today?
It's just been great. It's my first time IGLing. I went from having 0 experience in it to, I think, having at least a better understanding. But I think, and I hope others can agree, that I've done a decent job at least. And it's just been a fun experience overall, playing with these new players that I've never met before until the GSL.
Yeah, we
And
love
growing
it.
as a team.
Still going to be a movie.
It's still going to be a movie.
It'll be one of those sad movies where, you know, the
No, we just don't need to show the final.
Ooh, your camera audio was on, Crot. You scared the life.
I was like,
There
oh,
you go,
Croc,
Scott.
don't shout at
Go
me,
on.
bro.
No. When Croc comes in, he makes an entrance, okay? Look at him. Look how well dressed he is. You stop it,
I got
okay?
a little-
That's class.
I had to take it off because I was trying to sweat, but I used my sweat in the first game.
Yeah. No, well, look, massive congratulations to you, Flabber. Look forward to talking to you and keeping you involved. We will be talking to all the captains over the next week or 2 about everything GSL. So we look forward to talking to you again. But commiserations on the loss, but congratulations on a phenomenal tournament. You came second. It might not be first, but you were still better than 5 other teams.
Considering where we started, that's a win in my book. And I think the rest of our my team is really happy with how we placed as well.
Yeah. Look, it's
So it should be, man.
definitely. So look, best of luck in season 2, Flabber, and we will bring in the winner of the tournament, the captain, Mr. Tay. Tay, welcome in and congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's
So
amazing.
tell me this, how, you know, I know that you're pretty, you have ice in your veins, and Obawaka and Schumer kind of the same. How did Jacob and Swept react when you won that game? I'd say those 2 fellas went over the moon, or probably like so excited right now.
Yeah, I'd say Jacob and Swept had the loudest reaction out of any of us. They really wanted to win that. So, I mean, I respect that. They were a source of life for all of us during the game. While we were getting tired, Jacob and Swept seemed to keep going. They were still had a lot of passion in their comms, so it went pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely love to see it, Tay. Like, you know, we say this, it was very unlucky for the Flabbernators. They were phenomenal competitors the whole way through. To get to the final was huge. Danny, thank you so much for that subscription, by the way. But you guys from week 1, I kind of said it a few times tonight, you're kind of mentality monsters. You just never react negatively to what's going on in the game. You just do your job. You do the flashy things really, really well, but it all comes down to fundamentals. And from week one, I don't think there's been any team that were as good at their Siege ABCs as you guys. How did you do it? How did you bring a group of 5 essential, essentially, yeah, you knew kind of Chums and Obawaka, but 5 players who had never played before? How did you create that team, and how did you build that kind of bond that you have for each other? Like, anytime we said something about your team, you just were straight up defending each other. How did you build that bond?
I don't know. I mean, for the most part, the attacks and the way we play, and the reason why it's so teamwork orientated is because we do something called checklisting, which is just at the start of the game. I'm like, or the start of the round, this is exactly what I want you to do. Once you've done this, go and do this. And we work in stages so that it means that teamwork looks like it can be fabricated because you're all following just a checklist. You're all ticking off the same boxes all at once. And that makes it very easy for an IGL just to call and execute whenever the highest amount of pressure's on. So in that part, we played our attacks really well, and we have done throughout the season. I think that's why you guys said we were an attacking sided team when we're not necessarily. So we just had really coordinated attacks.
Yeah.
Are you a robot?
I think that speech was prepared, Drifter. I think he had prepared that.
I don't think my question computed in his brain.
But Tay, you gave us something to enjoy as well in that last round with that beautiful one tap on Flabber. Yeah, we caught it.
I got 2 of them actually.
When that one tap happened in that last round, did you just know? Did you just know that was the last round in the game?
I thought we were going quite well. I thought we'd be closer in at the end. I thought we were starting to slip up. I was kind of getting early picked a lot, but when I got that one tap, my confidence went up a little bit. So I'd say so.
On the captain as well.
We talk a lot about some people just always seem to be in the first engagements. It doesn't matter where or when or what game it is. And tonight it was you and Kels. I think in the 2 or 3 games, the first engagement, every single round was you and Kels. I don't know whether that's the whole familiarity thing. You guys play a lot together. Did you just know where each other would be? But that's kind of how it really, really did play out.
I didn't even notice. I'm gonna have to look back in the VOD for that.
Yeah, it was a great watch. So
romantic.
Yeah. So guys,
Romeo Juliet.
anybody wants to donate to the prize pool, you still can. The prize pool will be paid out to the players tomorrow. So at some point tomorrow or Sunday, I'll get a call set up with all of the players who are involved and kind of transfer over all the money on PayPal to you guys. Just all really, really do deserve it. We see a lot of people in chat saying that you're humble, Tay. I think some of the newer people to the tournament don't realize how we've always talked about how analytical you are. Everything's analytical. You think about everything you say. Even the low-key digs you throw out there, the little bit of banter you have, you think about it all. It's all well thought. You never come up with a little sly dig at somebody on the fly. It almost seems like you've got it prepared to say to kind of win that mentality game. And maybe it's just me, but you kind of radiate those Alex Ferguson vibes. You bring out the hairdryer treatment in the team when they need it.
Yeah, I mean, I could say some of it's planned out, but it's still having the interviews at the start of the week. It gives you a different chance to get ahead. You can start throwing digs. You can maybe throw some loops in chat or something. So I think that adds a dynamic which I really enjoyed this season.
Yeah, and do you think CDO will ever play again? I know the way that we do our tournaments, you'll probably, the chances of you coming together as a 5-stack are slim to none. Will CDO ever play? Will you ever rise again, playing some casuals, rankies, anything like that?
I don't know. Maybe we could enter a team into your Friday night showdown. CDO.
We would.
Throwback team.
We would love to see it. Well, look.
I would love to see that. Yeah.
Is there anything that my fellow casters would like to say to the legend that is Tay before we let him go and celebrate?
Tay, have one on me, bro. Shot on me, yeah. Congratulations. I mean, from the start of the GSL, your team has looked like one of the one of, if not the standout team from the whole tournament from the get-go. And getting to know you personally, as well as your community. It's been a pleasure, bro. And personally, and I think I speak for the rest of us as well, we would love to see you back in season 2.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't miss it. But thank you so much for the kind words.
You know what, Tay? Don't listen to Drifter. Don't have one, mate. Get the champagne bottle out. Pop it around the bed, mate. Down it. Vodka shots everywhere. Sambuca. Woo!
Drink responsibly, everyone.
Absolutely will do.
Yeah.
No. It's amazing. So thank you guys for casting it as well and making the whole tournament so enjoyable to watch. Like, even looking back through VODs, it's been good to watch back. So well done to you guys, and I'm glad to see what the future holds.
Yeah, can't wait.
Round of applause for everyone, I think.
Yeah. We'll let Drifter clap by himself. but no, look.
Gibson's the only one that didn't clap.
Tay, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being an amazing captain, being an amazing and entertaining team. I'll let you go celebrate with the guys. I know that they're probably looking to talk to you, and I know you guys want to share some love with each other before we call an end to the Friday night. So, Tay, love you to bits. Congrats again on an amazing tournament. I think the best team did win. I don't think anybody will disagree with that. So go enjoy the time with your team.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done. GG's again.
Congrats.
Yeah. So, guys, it is a little bit emotional. We've come to grow the GSL, but from what you've seen tonight, even from just a visual perspective, you've seen the work that we've put in. We've improved the visuals, we've improved the viewer experience so much. GSL isn't going away. Us 4 have made a commitment to it. It's going to be huge in season 2, and I think we can reveal some information about season 2, so a little bit of a feel-good factor. So yes, we have spoken about Ubisoft's involvement. Ubisoft have watched VODs, they have watched clips of the GSL. They want to get involved, and they kind of spoke to us about what we wanted, what we wanted from Ubisoft as far as, their influence would be. And we said prize money, not really. We didn't want many prizes for it, and they gave us prizes anyway. So they will be providing prizes for multiple teams in season 2, not just for the winners, but they will be, providing marketing. What? We might be getting some marketing from Ubisoft in season 2, guys, and I don't know how excited you guys are about that, but for us 4, that is huge. And we couldn't do it without you guys. The people in chat, the people in the tournaments, the people that played, it doesn't happen without you guys. Big shout out to Crot and Drift as well. Those guys, we brought them in at the start, and they are every bit as much part of the GSL as everybody. They're a huge part of the success that we have had. Drifter, one of the most amazing observers we've ever seen, and Crot Stuff is a phenomenal caster, a phenomenal streamer, and he's a really, really good player. Guys, is there anything you want to say? What are you looking forward to in season 2?
Go on, Crot.
I'm looking forward to seeing just the influx of players, the new teams, the new favorites, the new underdogs. I'm looking forward to seeing the new stories that come together, and just seeing how many players are just going to come together, and these little rivalries, and the Vaughn the traits like the Vaughn C4, the quick peek, the one taps. I can't wait for everything just to come forward and see just how much just grows, and see all these new faces and new guns, and I can't wait.
Yeah, really, really can't wait. So guys, what can we tell you as well about season 2? We're set up for 14 teams. Up to 14 teams means way more games, means way more of us on your channels. You're going to absolutely love it. We will be starting up straight after the Invitational. So the Siege Invitational is happening in May. As soon as that is over, we will be up and running. Sign-ups will be in about 2 to 3 weeks, guys. We're going to talk to all the captains and the players and find out ways that we can improve on season 2. So keep your eyes open. Shields, what are your thoughts of the
Well,
GSL.
well, I want your dabbling. I'll kind of just put my input on, guys. Yeah, with season 2, everything that we've done, we want to improve in each time, and that's what we're going to be doing in season 2. We're getting better. We're trying to get better at casting. We're going to get casting the cameras with obviously some of our production value to how we deal with all the positivity in chat with dealing with the teams, the captains. We want it to be as better and as just better, yeah, as better and as I guess fulfilling for everyone, because this is a family and we want to continue growing. Obviously, with the whole Ubisoft has been amazing, but on the whole thing, Gibson, I've had an absolute blast. You see me squealing all the time, just screaming. They're just better. That's exactly what I feel.
We
I'm
still
a
need
little
to get that
man.
on the t-shirt, by the way.
It's been a blast, and I cannot wait for season 2. I am, of course, upset from season 1, but what a better way to end it off. Like, it's been great from week 1 all the way up to week 16, and we've had such little different things. As like you said, Crop, we see everyone having a different personality and how they play, like with the flabber stares, the one taps, from the shields being played from different ops, and that's what we're going to find a little bit more. So I'm very excited. It's going to just keep getting better and better and better.
Yeah, I cannot wait for it. So, guys, I'm going to let the casters decide who we bring all of this love to at the end of the stream. There are 2 people there that are streaming right now that we could show some love to. The first is Bradas from the community. I think if we brought over this big of a raid to him, he would probably break. He'd probably cry.
That sounds good to me. Though.
He's one of the nicest people I've ever met. Or the other person we can bring the raid to is Lad786, who is another member of the Gamer Store Legion. So, which of those do you want to show the love to?
Make him cry. Make him cry.
Yeah,
I say the emotional wreck, yeah.
Yeah, let's show a little bit of love to Bradas. But before we go, guys, we're going to play that lovely new intro video for you. But before we do that, we're going to have to do something very emotional, right? We're going to have to do something very, very emotional. We're going to have to, for the very last time, do the awkward wave.
No.
So, guys, from me, Shields, Drifter, and Crop, we love you to bits. Join the Discord. We will keep you all updated. We will be back, guys.
GSL.
It's sad. It's sad.